Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, July 11th, and I can't thank you enough for allowing us to penetrate your ears. Today is an incredible conversation where we solve the world's problems yet again. Mm-hmm. That is what you come to the show for, and today we deliver. Also, an incredible conversation with the voice of college football, Kirk Herbstreit. We are 43 days away from college football. It is in the air. Can you smell it? Mm-hmm. Can you smell it? Kirk Herbstreit is going to make you feel all the feels about football season being right around the corner, and he even dives into a little bit of his personal life, which I'm not sure he does on a regular basis. He's handsome, he's intelligent, and with us, he's an incredible interview. Today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the greatest ticket buying app on planet Earth and the moon. That's right. Studies have said if you were to buy a ticket to any live event, you better use SeatGeek, because SeatGeek scans all the other ticket buying platforms and make sure you're getting the best tickets for the best prices to make sure you have the best experience of your life. You're alive, but are you living? Go live a little and experience something live with your friends at SeatGeek. Right now, promo code PAT, get $10 off your first order. Promo code McAfee, get $20 off your first order. Per usual, a little self-awareness here. If we have a lot of money in the bank, promo code PAT, $10 off. If we don't have enough money yet, promo code McAfee, get $20 off your first order, because we're in this together. We need both of those promo codes to keep going, because that's good for business. And good for business means good for you. And good for you means SeatGeek is happy. And when SeatGeek's happy, everybody's happy. Mm-hmm. Because SeatGeek has tickets to sports, comedy, theater, plays. Are those two the same thing, by the way? Theater and plays?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe not, though.
What else could there be?
Musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go see a musical. Maybe take your lady out to a musical or your boyfriend out to a show. Go see a comedian. Go do something and make sure you get your tickets from SeatGeek. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a handsome man. He's the voice of college football. You can see him on game day. You can see him on prime time, all fall on Saturday nights. Used to be a quarterback. Now he's a football whiz. From ESPN, Mr. Kirk Herbstreit.
Oh, what is up? What is up, man? How you doing? How's your summer going?
Hey, everything's going great, and let me tell you why, Mr. Herbstreit. Because I have a chance to talk to an absolute living legend in the college football world. Once again, I'm so thankful you chose to join us.
Oh, man, anytime. I always love to come on with you. You and I saw each other in Nashville, and I think it was the night that you had a legendary moment on stage. Yeah. I mean, that will live forever. That was just. Tell me how you came up with that idea. Did you and your buddies come up with that? Did you come up with it on the fly? How did that come about?
Well, I mean, you were one of the first people I saw immediately afterwards. We left from the draft, went right back to the hotel, and there's like a group of people like buzzing around a guy while he's going to take a piss. And I like look around and they're like, I was like, oh, Herbstreit's here. I'm like, holy shit. So you go to the bathroom, you come back out, and you're like, what are you in town for? I was like, oh, I just did a little draft announcement. I was like, oh, I just saw that on TV. I was like, did you hear it? I said, did you hear it? You're like, no. I was like, all right, you're gonna like it when you hear it. You're gonna like it when you hear it. The NFL gave me an alley-oop there. They asked if I wanted to do an announcement. We all knew what was going to happen when I got up there. I didn't plan on burying the Titans at all until Reggie Wayne went viral for burying them, so I had to show a little team camaraderie there and do it.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you went next level. I mean, that was. Do you have it? Can we play it? I just want to hear it and laugh. That was
we don't have the tech.
So good.
We don't have the tech to do that. But the draft, and now that the NBA is over and NHL is over, there's something in the air. Football is right around the corner. It's on deck. Are you like a kid who's like excited to get back to school after summer vacation? Are you locked down in your basement right now watching film? What is the Kirk Herbstreit doing with football this close on the horizon?
Man, it's you're right. It's like, for me, the year is in stages. There's in season, and you get through the national championship, and I'm a sports junkie like you. I mean, I like it all. I get caught up in whether it's college hoops. I'm a big baseball fan, I'm a big Reds fan, so I follow what's going on with that, and follow some of the majors and what's golf, and really, it's like I'm treading water. I'm dying to get back into football. And when the NBA is over and we get to the middle of the summer, the magazines start coming out, people start getting excited, start talking about it, and I'm no different than everybody else. I'm just a fan. And so, I'm already looking at film, already starting to study, already starting to talk with some of the coaches about how things are looking. And it's just the only caveat I would say is I have 4 boys, and 2 of my boys are graduating. They've already graduated from high school, and my wife and I are taking them tomorrow to go to college. And so that for us has been a major focus. And you get to a point as a dad when your kids are going to leave home, and it's in my case, it's very mixed emotions. I mean, it's like you're excited, proud, you're happy, but you're losing 2 of your 4 boys. I have 4 boys, and you're losing 2 of them. So that's probably taken a lot of our energy and time over the last few months, just kind of getting through that, and eventually dropping them off here in the next couple of days and giving them a hug and saying, go get them.
So this is something that's very interesting, because when your kids leave and go to college, your 2 boys, I believe they're twins, are heading to Clemson, walk-ons for the football team. Yep. That's incredible, by the way. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem. I assume now's the time where you just hope that all of the work ethic and all of the morals that you've instilled in these men is something that can carry over to a little bit of freedom whenever they get down to Clemson. And do you expect Dabo Swinney to be an incredible leader to them? Is that why you chose, or helped them choose, or if they completely chose Clemson to begin with?
Well, for me, I have such an interesting perspective because I kind of get behind the curtain for all these programs. I all of these teams, they want you to, when you hear the SID or whatever, they give you kind of the spiel. Well, I've been very fortunate to get behind that and actually see these programs and kind of see how they're run. And I think anybody could watch the Clemson program and say, wow, that's impressive how Dabo Swinney runs his program. And for me to be able to not only see that, the way his team plays, that's great, but just the way he runs his operation, especially in my boys' cases where they're going as preferred walk-ons, I wanted to, kind of give them the opportunity to look to see where they wanted to go, but at the same time kind of give a blessing of, okay, if you're going to go in these circumstances, that's a great place. And they kind of looked around and they didn't want to play smaller Division 1 AA or Division 3. They wanted to go either play big and try to shoot for the stars or not play at all. And so I said, cool, if that's your thing, go for it. And they decided to go to Clemson, and with my relationship with Dabo, and like I said, what I've seen from them, I was so elated and happy for them, because I know beyond just the football part of it, they're when you're letting your kids go, they're going to a culture that you really believe in, and you really feel good about where they're going. And like you said, you hope what you've instilled in them, combined with where they're going, ends up being a good thing for them. And we'll see 4 or 5 years later how it goes. But I'm very confident in the location and the coaches and the culture.
Okay, so congratulations. That's spectacular.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Thanks,
problem.
Man.
The preferred walk-on, by the way, is just a step towards getting a scholarship if you go and earn it, especially nowadays. Clemson has to be elated that your children are going there, strictly because you are the voice of college football at this point. Is there any worry for you? Any worry at all for you? Because you hear it whenever, because you were a player at Ohio State. I'm sure there was people that are like, oh, this guy, the way he talks about this team, he's blah, blah, blah. Is there any worry about the haters in the potential backfire that could come from having 2 kids in a program that is going to be on primetime television on a very regular basis? They're going into national championships. You're going to have to talk about them. Has there been any thought by you, or is it just kind of like a fuck them all type thing? I do what I got.
Yeah, I think the latter, really. I think I went ahead and jumped on that bandwagon about 10 years ago in every category beyond my kids. I think you have to survive in this world that we live in, especially when you live in the public eye. I think you get all kinds of negative criticism about, can't believe they didn't go to Ohio State, you're a traitor. You get all kinds of stuff. And I've heard people say, well, you're not going to be able to call Clemson games because your kids go there. What are you talking about? I mean, of course I'll be able to call Clemson's games, and hopefully they're in a position down the road where they're actually out in the field and contribute. Who knows? But no, man, living in the world that we live in with social media, and people can reach out to you at any moment, that people love to be cynics and jackasses and do whatever they can to try to ruin your day. But I guess I'm just numb to it. I don't even hear it. It doesn't even really impact me. I think for them, just because they've been in somewhat of a bubble and kind of the way you have to raise your kids when you live in the public eye, to let go and to kind of not be there. They're gonna. I think it'll be an eye opener for them to kind of see what it's like to live out and deal with the last name, and deal with some people are going to recognize their last name, and some people are going to like them, and some people are going to hate them just because of their last name. And how do you deal with that? So that's probably, as a dad, the one thing you wonder about, how they will have to deal with that, because that's part of their world. It's part of. I didn't live with that, and I don't know if you had to deal with that, but I think when you have kids and they go out and go on their own, that'll be somewhat of a concern for you as well. I think this is for any parent that lives in the public eye.
Absolutely. And I don't know how anybody can hate the Herbstreit name. You're so smooth and good on TV. Anybody that hates you is just trying to do it to stir the pot. I would like to say, I think athletes are better at dealing with haters on the internet. Like, I watch you kind of bury some people, not bury, I'm sorry, that is a fraud term, but you'll engage with some trolls, just because I think in the football and in the sports world, shit talking is something that happens. So whenever somebody, and it's hard. It is hard for me to resist the urge too, every once in a while, when somebody will just troll or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? If everybody's like, well, if you give that guy attention, you're giving him what he wants. He's like, yeah, but what about me? Like, I want to talk shit to this guy too. Like, why can't I do that? Yes. Yeah. It's a hard.
See, that's me. I look at it as a sport, and depending on the time of the year, I really enjoy it. It's become, and what I do is, I'll kill them with kindness, or and then I'll let all my followers just kind of get their machine guns out and unload on them. I let them do the damage. But I'll say something, like someone will say something off the wall, and I'll retweet it with this is a real person. A real person is having this thought right now. I'll just let all those people follow up with, you're an idiot kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoy it. And especially in the fall, when I can literally say one sentence, and an SEC fan will say, "You're such a Big Ten homer. You're such an Ohio State homer. You suck. I can't believe you." Same sentence, an Ohio State fan will say, "I hate you. You've always, you're a sellout. You hate Ohio State. You hate the Big Ten." And I'm like, okay, I at some point in the fall, I could be like, "Hey, everybody have a good Tuesday. It's a Tuesday out." F you. I can't stand you. It's like, all right, hey, good to see you guys. Have a good day. So when you realize there are people out there like that just despise you just for the fact that they despise everybody, you really can't take it personally. You just kind of have fun with it.
Yeah, I agree completely. Okay, so college football is the most passionate football. I think we can say that. I think the fan bases are insane. There was a lot of chatter about you potentially getting into the NFL. How close were you to moving the Herbstreit brand and brain into the National Football League coverage, especially because ESPN was having a lot of turnover and you're so good on the microphone? Was there a chance that you were going to be an NFL guy?
There was talk about it. There was talk years and years ago about it with my agent, and this is more of studio work. And I was just determined. Quick little story for me is I was not Desmond Howard. I didn't win a Heisman. I wasn't Pollock, who won, to be a 3-time All-American. I'm an anomaly, as far as TV is concerned. I played at Ohio State. I was a captain. I was, a guy that worked hard. I was the same era as Elvis Gerback and Trent Green, an IU guy, and I was okay. If you were in the Big Ten region, you knew about me. But 2 years later, I'm sitting on the desk at College Gameday in 1996, and that wasn't really normal. So I made my name as more of a TV guy than as a player. And instead of hiding from that, instead of being embarrassed about that, I kind of accepted it, and I took it as a challenge early in my career that I might not have the credentials that all these other guys on TV do, but man, I'm going to outwork every single one of these guys. I'm going to be the most prepared guy, and that's kind of who I am to this day. That's my goal, is be prepared, be plugged in, have relationships. I mean, there's a coach I can't call in college football that I can't have a relationship with, and I don't say that lightly. Like, that's something that's precious to me because it's not BS. It's real, the relationships, because that's how you get information. And I've done that now for 25 years. And so when it came to the NFL, I just really had an issue with maybe my credentials as a broadcaster would allow me to go to an NFL booth and call a game, but I never played in the NFL. And for me, while I think I could do a very good job in analyzing a game and being entertaining, at least trying to be, and trying to have fun with it, there's something about never playing in the NFL that's a little bit of a roadblock for me. And so I love, and the other thing is I love college football. Like, it'll never get old for me because I have the same passion in 2019 that I had when I was a kid, and it never changes because new players come in and they hang around for 3 years or 4 or 5, and then they leave and they go to the NFL or they graduate, and here comes the next wave. And for me, like right now, I'm already today when I get done hanging up this call with you, I'll start digging into more college football. So I'm really fortunate to do something I love. In the NFL, I like, but I don't have that same passion for the NFL that I have for the college game.
It's incredibly humble of you. It's incredibly humble of you to do. I respect the passion aspect of it and feeling fulfillment and everything like that. But having that mental hurdle of saying that since you didn't play in the NFL, you don't think you'd be as good. I've said this 3 times now on this show. You are so good on a microphone. I think the NFL would have been lucky.
But let me ask you this: do you think an NFL player or fan would respect me and my analysis? Do you? Okay,
yeah, let me tell you why.
I appreciate you saying that.
Let me tell you why. Because every Saturday morning in every single NFL building, you know what's on TV?
College Gameday?
Yeah, your little stupid show that you guys your massive show that is everywhere. And in the locker room, the college love still runs deep. I mean, there's bets everywhere, not for money, obviously, for other things. But I think everybody knows and everybody likes Kirk Herbstreit. So I think
I appreciate it.
Maybe when you were younger, like maybe when you were 2 years out, no. But at this point, every single Saturday morning in every single NFL room. And Saturday mornings, by the way, are treatment days, walkthrough days. So there's a lot of times around a TV. College Gameday is on everywhere. So I think
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. By the way, I mean, you guys only get like 40 million viewers or something.
No, we've been fortunate. That show has been. It's been crazy. You're going to come out, by the way, and be our celebrity picker one time. Would you do that maybe this year?
In a heartbeat, I would do that.
Okay, we're doing that. We're doing that this fall. We'll have to find a game that works with your schedule where you can come out and put on a show. We'll have some fun with that. I'm holding you to that. I'm going to tell my producer as soon as we hang up here that you're in.
Okay, is that kind of your show now? I don't want to like make you say anything to go out there, but it feels as if you're the elder statesman. Obviously, Lee is the guy. I mean, Corso is hilarious. He's an OG, but you're the guy that is every single week people are looking forward to Kirk Herbstreit. Are you the guy, the brains behind that show, or do they take your information, or is it a team?
Here's to me what makes our show what it is. I would never say yes to that question because I feel like what makes our show what it is and they have the longevity. Think about, you just said a lot of great things, and a lot of people, the show wins Emmys very often, and it's had a lot of success. But we never, ever make the show about us. we always make the show about the players and the coaches and the storylines. I just think that the second we sit there and actually take, the congratulations and boy, how do you guys do this, is when the show will start to fizzle. And so I think it's about, and I'm not just trying to give you like a good answer here. Like, I'm being honest. It really is. And Fowler, I think, was kind of like the founding father of establishing this mentality, at least for me, being on the show, was he really pushed that. And yeah, Lee has the headgear, and there's some individual parts to the show, but I really think the viewer, when he watches the show, he feels like he's just hanging out with 3 or 4 or 5 guys at a bar, just sitting there talking ball. And to me, we don't make it about us and any of that. And so I would say the show is definitely that this show, and what makes it what it is it's not about me, or it's not about Lee Corso or Desmond or David or Reese. It's about us. And I go out of my way. I guess you could say I try to be a leader on the show, off the air, as far as like trying to make people feel, I think that's the quarterback in me. Like, I make Tom Rinaldi and Gene, who's on the show, Maria Taylor. Like, I want them to feel in meetings and when we're eating and we're hanging out. Like, I want them to feel like they're just as big a part of the show as anybody else on the show. So yeah, I do try to do that part of it, but I would never say, hey, look at me type of thing when it comes to game day. But I do the best I can behind the scenes to try to lead and help out for sure.
It looks like a real family up there, man. It looks like you guys are really, it looks like a real family.
And from doing TV, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had to work, you've played with guys. But I always equated, like when I played football, there are guys that I didn't necessarily get along with. There are guys that maybe had different beliefs and philosophies in life. But on Saturday, we had to come together, and you did. It was like that's great part of the locker room is you were all kind of pulling for the same thing. And when I got into TV, I kind of had that football mindset of team. And what I found was, and I'll tell you off the air, but there's people I've worked with where I had to fake that. It's on the air. Like, you have to, it's work to fake like you're having a good time with that person. And then there's other people you work with where it's just like, wow, this is so easy. We're stealing right now. Like, whether it's the dinner the previous night, it just kind of carries over onto the set. And I really think that game day, part of what makes it, and the same thing with Barkley's show. Like, you can just tell those dudes when the camera goes off, they're still hanging out. They're still laughing. They're still having a good time. And I really think in TV, that's the secret to making it in studio TV, is if you genuinely like each other. Not, okay, everybody smile, that was good. But you're really hanging out, having a good time. And that's honestly, since I've been on game day, that's what we've had. And if we continue to have that, I think the show will be successful. And again, you probably felt that yourself, whether it's in radio, TV, or even in sports.
Oh, this interview is going great.
Oh, man.
I just love the way he opens up to us.
So good.
There's just something about him that he's so smart, so handsome, so famous, so wealthy, but there's just something so real about that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a gem, like a diamond.
Oh,
he is.
You know what I mean? He's like a gem, like a diamond.
Yeah.
And speaking of diamonds, if you were to buy a diamond right now, there's a way to buy a diamond in an ethical and moral, positive fashion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this.
Tell me more.
Do you?
Yeah.
You should love it.
Being ethical.
Yeah, and morally.
Yeah. On the right side.
Yeah. So when you go to bed at night, you lay your head down on the pillow, you go, hey, you know what? I did good today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because now there is something that has taken the terribleness out of diamond buying and just made it a completely foolproof, awesome experience. It's our sponsor, Couple.co. The old school way of buying an engagement ring does not cut it anymore. No. Couple.co is the first company to disrupt how you buy the perfect engagement ring. Statistics show that 85% of men about to propose are stressed out about the engagement process. However, Couple.co is about to flip those stats on their motherfucking head, and here's why. I went through this process. Went to like 7-8 different stores. There was different prices for things that made no sense to me. I'm like, yo, this one seems bigger than this one.
Who's telling me the truth? Who's not?
Who's got bills that are late?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What store has to pay their bills so they're lying to me about the prices? Now Couple.co has come in and flipped the game on its head because they provide guaranteed quality and brilliance on your proposee's hand. And they all do this in lab-grown diamonds that are exactly the same as a earth-mined diamond all the way down to the atom. Ty, what is an atom?
That's basically the smallest form of life.
So what we're saying is all the way down to the smallest form of anything possible. These are exactly like earth-mined diamonds, but they come from a lab that are above ground in the United States of America and guaranteed to make your lady say, oh my God, that's a nice fucking diamond. That's what she would say.
Oh, totally.
Guaranteed.
Right now, you go to couple.co/Pat and try out their Diamond Concierge and Customization service. You can jump on the phone with someone today who will walk you through the process and help you get a bigger, better quality diamond in the perfect ring. Again, that is couple.co/Pat to make this process stress-free for the first time in human history. Also, ethically and morally on the right side,
Yes.
which is what we're here for.
You want to be on the right side.
Absolutely. These diamonds are bigger for a better price and all the way down to the atom, and they're ethically and morally proper. That's a win-win, folks. Win-win-win-win-win.
Oh, yeah. So many.
Love that.
And I guarantee she says yes. Well, maybe not, though. I mean, I don't know what you're doing in your personal life, but the diamond is going to help. From couple.co/Pat. Back to the interview with another diamond, Kirk Herbstreit. A man-made diamond, Kirk Herbstreit. He's a man-made diamond. Well, and woman-made. Man and woman-made
A
diamond.
person-made diamond.
Well, two people.
A people-made diamond.
He's a people-made diamond, Kirk Herbstreit. Yeah, absolutely. And the way you said, you won't say it, but I'll say it. The way you said Barkley show, people say that about Game Day with Herbstreit show. I just want to let you know that. Let's get back to it. So you said you'll go watch film immediately after this call. I was very fortunate to get a chance to see one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time's house, right? And he literally has a movie theater right off of his dining room. There's a movie theater where he goes in, and it has the entire EXO set up. It's an entire film thing that he watches in there. Do you have like a film room, like a theater? Do you have a man cave? What is the Kirk Herbstreit film study method? And what is jumping out on film for you this upcoming season that people would be surprised by? Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is going to be incredible. Clemson's going to do great. They got a couple Herbstreit kids in the building. But what is something that's really jumping off film for you?
First of all, ESPN has hooked me up with some stuff, and a lot of times my office is just right off. Coming to the front of my house, it's just right off the front of the house, but it's with four boys. You know, you get doors on it. It becomes like a cave where you can just kind of just lock in on what you need to study. And for me, I get everything sent. It's usually online, so I just write on my computer right at my desk, and I have the ability to do whatever I need to do when it comes to studying film. Couple things that I've seen. The big mystery for people who watch college football is we've just continued to have Clemson and Alabama, Clemson and Alabama, Clemson and Alabama. And last year, Alabama got embarrassed, really, for the first time since Nick Saban's been the head coach. And I think people are underestimating going into this year how bad that hurt him on a personal level, and how beyond losing the game, if you remember, that game got out of hand in the second half. That's one of those where not only did they go back to the drawing board, but for him personally, he's such, as he always talks about, a process guy. That was not just XOs. It was the first time I've ever seen an Alabama team have underclassmen who had one eye on the Clemson team and the other eye on whether it was an agent or a decision on going to the NFL. I've always marveled at Alabama, how they've had success, and how Nick has done an amazing job of getting his underclassmen to focus on Alabama, to focus on SEC championships, to focus on getting to the national championship, and doing that year after year after year. Because as you see, not only your alma mater, mine, other places, a lot of these underclassmen have a hard time. They're either worried about, I don't want to get hurt, or, oh, I'm going to skip this game, or it's just become such a different world. And yet Alabama's been immune to that for the most part. And last year was the first time that we saw a chink in the armor. So it wasn't just that they lost. It's their philosophy and everything that they've had going for them kind of took a step back. And so that, to me, is why I think Alabama is going to become a very dangerous team. He's had 8 months to kind of go back into, being the scientist and getting these guys to buy into, okay, here's where we messed up, and here's where we're going to get back to. That's why I think Alabama, forgetting the X's and O's, and Tua's back, and I think they're going to become a very, very dangerous team to deal with, like they always are. But I think the mentality, I think it'll get back in order to what we've kind of always expected from them. I tell you what, man, quarterback-wise, like talk about film, having Tua back at Alabama, Trevor Lawrence back at Clemson, a kid that doesn't probably get enough respect is Jake Fromm at Georgia, Shea Patterson at Michigan, this Justin Fields kid who was at Georgia backing up Jake Fromm. He's now at Ohio State. We'll see how he can do. How about Jalen Hurts after the career he had up and down at Alabama? He's now the starting quarterback at Oklahoma. So I just think in this transfer portal era that we live in, I think people are going to tune in that aren't like diehard college football fans. They're going to tune into games week 1 and week 2 and be like, wait a second, how is this dude here? Like, why is he on this team? I mean, kids are transferring all over the place. And so I think that's kind of adds to the intrigue and somewhat of the mystery of the upcoming season.
I like it, by the way. I like whenever kids go and make a play for themselves. I'm excited to see what old Jalen does. Back-to-back Heisman winners, back-to-back #1 picks coming out of Oklahoma. I'm excited to see what the coach can do with Jalen. He had his year.
What do you think of the players that are saying, I'm good, I'm skipping the bowl game, I'm going to get ready for the NFL?
I hate it. And I think you and I talked about this the last time you were on. I'm not a fan of it strictly. Well, and also I didn't play a position where I could potentially get decapitated in the middle of a game and lose $1 million. But for me in college, like I still talk to a lot of my teammates from college. Like those were my boys, So my last game with them, that was my last time ever really getting on the field. I mean, I was gone the next day. Most of them got redshirted and were going to be around another year. I did not. So they were just going to go right back into the off season and training. I was going to train for hopefully an NFL career. Like for me, I value my teammates and our relationship so much that last time getting on the field with them, I think is a pretty big deal. And that last time in the locker room after a win and that halftime when you're grinding, like for me, that all meant too much to me for me to ever think about skipping, but I also never had $10 million on the line with a potential injury sitting there. So I hate it. I don't like
it. You and I are, cut from the same cloth as far as that's concerned. I mean, I think your era, my era, players before that, I think you would probably be universal. Everybody would kind of say the same things about, your boys, one last chance to go out. These kids today, I don't think in most cases there's that same kind of loyalty. I think they're coming up and being raised where they're hearing the coaches don't care about you, the system doesn't care about you, you got to take care of you. And I think that's a shame, man. I think that is not necessarily, and again, Jeffrey Simmons got hurt training to get ready for the NFL draft. So, if you're worried about getting hurt, or an agent or a parent or, an uncle or somebody's planting that seed, you're going to get hurt. My theory is, why are you skipping the bowl game? Like, why not just sit out your entire year? That's where I'm just not a fan of walking away from your team. And I think there's forget the monetary value. There's value in the life experience of being able to be there and finish off the year. And as you said, I don't know how many years you've been out of WVU, but whether it's 10, 15, 20 years later, you look back and you still go back to games and you still see each other. instill life memories. And I think kids today, it's all about 5 years down the road. They don't look 20 years. They don't look 30 years. It's all about the money. And I'm not saying the money is not important, but it's all about the money. And I think that's why sometimes they're not necessarily making the best decision.
Man, there's so much money out there to get. Adults make very interesting decisions whenever there's a lot of money on the line. I couldn't even fathom teenage kids that are being swayed. It's a very interesting situation. We live in a whole new world than back in the day. You're 100% accurate with that. I got one last question here before we wrap up. I can't thank you enough for your time. Did you see the video that the Nebraska Cornhuskers put out from Scott Frost? He is running a military boot camp with those boys. I think that
I didn't see it yet. I didn't see it. No.
They're fucking.
No,
it's like Bud's training, dude. It's like Bud's training. They're on the edge of a lake or something like that. I don't know if Nebraska has lakes or whatever. They're a pond. They are on the edge of a lake. He's screaming at them. They're doing push-ups in the water, running through the water. They're taking boats out. They're rowing the boat, which I'm assuming Minnesota's not going to be excited about. But that Nebraska team, I think they're getting ready for war this fall. It's something to think about.
Let me tell you something. Do you know Scott Frost at all?
No, not one bit. But I learned a lot in a 2-minute video.
He's like an eco challenge kind of guy. Like, yeah, there's a mountain right over there. I think I'm just gonna go over there and climb that and dive off the top of it into a lake. Like, he's that guy.
Yeah.
He hiked across the entire Grand Canyon for fun, with a backpack. It's like for extra weight to survive and be challenged. It's not surprising that he has his team out there doing something extreme, kind of pushing the boundaries, so to speak. He is nuts, man, and he's probably in better shape than every player on his entire team. And I don't know, he's probably 43, 44 years old, I'm guessing, and he's probably in better shape than any of them.
It makes sense. And honestly, while I was watching it, I got nostalgia for how we were treated at West Virginia with Mike Barwis and Rich Rodriguez, to be honest. The workouts were insane.
Didn't you guys run that hill in the summer?
Yeah, the hill. The hill was just a nightmare. I think they got a couple. It was after I left, but a couple of my friends got called into rooms and got interviewed by the NCAA and I think the police about how many hours we were working. Our workouts were insane, but Rich Rodriguez, also an insane human being, he had the thought that we were going to be mentally tougher, physically tougher, faster, stronger than everybody because we didn't have the most talent, and it led to a lot of victories for us. But
I was going to say, what years were you there? What was your era?
Me, Steve, not me. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Were you on the team that beat Georgia?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we won by 3. No big deal. I was the field goal.
Dude, you guys were dangerous. We had you guys on Thursday night. Mike Trico and I used to do the Thursday night game, and we had you guys a few times. A lot of times it was against Miami. It was always like down in the Orange Bowl.
That was before me.
Those games were so hyped for Thursday nights. People forget. But those West Virginia teams were dangerous. Who was that running back that you guys, besides Slate, somebody took a screen pass and went like 70 yards down the sideline at the Orange Bowl. And the last name I think was Davis or Wilson. Wilson was the last name.
I don't remember.
Quincy Wilson. He played
Quincy
with Rashid Marshall.
Yeah, that was before me. So Quincy, Rashid, that whole crew was right before me. Pac-Man, Chris Henry, that whole group was right before me. The Big East used to be no fucking joke, by the way. We the Louisville teams, we got a chance. Yeah. So I was a part of the WVU team, all-time leading scorer, no big deal. We won 4.
I love it.
Yeah, we won 4 straight bowl games. I missed a couple kicks in a pretty big game. We probably should have won national championship, but that was when Rich went up to Michigan.
Awesome.
Yeah, went up to Michigan. But watching that video, it literally felt like how we were being talked to all summer, all winter in the workouts.
But dude, you had to do that at WVU.
Oh, yeah.
Did you? Didn't they have to do that militant approach to get you over the edge? That was the key.
Well, we had So we knew Rich Rodriguez was not going to last at Michigan because the way he treated us, we did not have options. So we did not have the players we fell to West Virginia. It wasn't like we got other scholarship offers. We had numerous guys that got arrested and dropped all their scholarship offers were dropped except for West Virginia.
Were you last chance? Division I?
Yes. I look back at the thing now. I think we had 3 attempted murders, like actual guys that have gone to jail for attempted murder on our team.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, but they were like my boys, by the way. I would like it to be known. Those guys were very good. But yeah, our team, we did not have choices and options. So when Rich Rodriguez would do what Rich Rodriguez does in full lunacy, it wasn't like we're going to be like, okay, fuck you, we're going to go to Ohio State. Like in Michigan, those kids were like, we're going to go to Penn State. We're not going to deal with this shit anymore. And we knew, but I think that is what made us good. We all kind of rallied around spite of hating Rich Rod and won a lot of games, man.
All I know is whatever it was, it worked. Those teams are filthy. And I don't know, I don't want to bring up this bad memory.
Sounds like
you there in 07?
Oh, yeah. Pitt.
You son of a bitch. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it was me. I got
27. You guys.
I got 27 death threats after that game, Kirk. Thanks for bringing it up. I couldn't go to class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I know.
You guys were favored by like 3 or 4 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, we were. Thanks. We scored 9 points. We actually scored 7 until they took a safety in like the last minute on purpose. I mean, it was a rough game. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there that Rich Rod didn't want to win that game because you win a national championship, you can't leave. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. I don't know what happened. All I know is
you guys win that game. Yeah, you play Ohio State in the national championship down in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, and we probably win by 42. I mean.
Just think if that happened, you and I'd have a great memory from that.
Yeah, we would have. And so
what
it's
year
a
was
terrible
that for you? Was that your
junior?
Junior year, okay.
Yeah, it was my junior year. It was a nightmare. Kirk, thanks for bringing it up. This
well,
conversation's
you had
over.
a hell of a career, and you were part of probably the greatest West Virginia teams they ever had. Major Harris had some good teams, but that was probably the best era that they've had.
They couldn't touch us. And then when Holgerson came in, they tried to erase all the memories of our team, even though we built the facility for them, basically. I mean, it was there's a lot of beef between not me. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, but there's a lot of beef between my era of teams that basically, in our eyes, and it might be right or might be wrong, but we
put them on the national map.
Yeah, those Thursday night games were actually the most watched games, and we had actual stats that were like we were like 2 of the top 5 watched college football games of the year was our Thursday night games, and then we build like another 20,000 or 15,000 seats into the stadium, rebuilt the entire facility basically, and then we leave, and then they basically just try to erase Pat White and Steve Slayton from the history of WVU. Wow. Yeah, it was a very interesting. It's been a very interesting situation over there.
Last thing, because you're going to go here, but the memo to any new coach at a new school, the last thing you want to do is erase any kind of legacy memories for that program. You have to reach out, obviously, and embrace that era. And going back to Don Nalen and all any great players and great eras, you should always reach back and make it part of it. There have been a lot of coaches that have done that for some reason. It's like, it's his era, it's his time, and it's like, man, you're not getting the alumni behind the program. Hopefully the new coach he'll see that he needs to do that, because there's so many great teams from West Virginia, and like I said, in that era that they should be celebrating. And brand new facilities because of it.
I'm on your side here. That Neil Brown guy followed me on Twitter, so he's making one little step for man, I guess.
Love it.
We'll see what happens. I'm so thankful for you joining us. You're a superstar, legit. I can't wait to watch you this fall. Congrats on all your success. I wish you would have gotten the NFL, because I'm an NFL guy. I would have loved to hear your voice in there. But the college football world's lucky to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, big brain, ex-Ohio State quarterback, dad of 2 Clemson Tigers, Kirk Herbstreit. Thank you, man.
Give them a hand. You got it, buddy.
Hey, you there?
Yeah.
Who do you hate? I was gonna put you in that fucking. You should have seen whenever you're like, there's some guys you get on TV with, and you have to force it. I almost stood up in my chair. I was like, oh my God, Kirk Herbstreit. Who does he hate? You don't have to tell me.
Oh, I'll call you on that one. I'll tell you.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
I'll tell you. There's been a few.
I appreciate you so much. Have a good one. All right.
You got it. Good talking to you guys.
See ya. I love that guy.
He's the best.
I can't wait for College Gameday too. I love that show.
Wait.
It's like the only 5-hour show that I'll sit through the entire thing.
He's like the king, right?
He
just runs it.
He's so smooth too. He said he would never take credit for running it, right? He says it's a team, and that's why he is the guy. By
I
the
like
way.
that.
Yeah, because he's a good dude. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks, Kirk Herbstreit. If you could tweet him. And also, he likes talking shit, too. So you're going to talk shit to him. I mean, he got into it with somebody just the other day.
Yeah.
Pretty big. I love that. I love everything about it. I'm a big fan of Kirk Herbstreit. If you could tweet him and tell him thanks for coming on the show, that'd be very, very nice of you. I'd appreciate it. And now, a reading from Zito.
Thanks, Pat. Oh, that's the wrong way.
How do you fail before you?
Oh, they both looked right. Get as many massages, do as many stretches, and take as many ice baths as you want. If you're not getting a good night's sleep, you're not recovering properly.
Oh.
Our friends at CBD MD, a trusted leader in the CBD industry.
Wow, I really thought you were going to stumble over that, by the way.
I thought so too.
Yeah, you did great. Hey, you're on a roll.
Yeah,
right now.
that means
your
a lot.
best one.
Don't let me slow you down.
I thought massages was messages, and I
Yeah,
stopped
we heard
myself.
that. And you read it upside down to begin with. But we're still rolling.
Understand the importance of sleep, which is why they have a product specifically made for rest and relaxation. This is a perfect complement to their full suite of other CBD products that offer long-lasting, high-quality relief throughout the day. CBD PM specifically formulated tincture that combines melatonin and other sleep-promoting herbs with CBD, which can help your circadian rhythm.
Sounds right to me, bro.
All right. Sleep cycle. I guess I could just said that instead. Get back on track, allowing you to get high quality.
So that word stands for sleep cycle?
Yeah, I don't know why they just didn't say. Let me just go back. Herbs with CBD, which can help your sleep cycle.
You're not self-editing this.
Get back on track, allowing you to get high quality sleep consistently.
Obviously.
Circulatory system.
What'd you say, Kirkinum? Circulatory?
Wait, does that not mean sleep cycle?
Circadian.
Come on, bro.
Does that mean sleep cycle?
Learn fucking English, bro.
There's no way they're teaching that in 8th grade books.
All right. That's right in college.
Take 30 minutes before bedtime. CBD gummies, delicious CBD infused gummies that come in a 30 count of 4 mixed flavors: tropical, mixed berry, strawberry, and orange. Take about an hour before bed to help you relax and unwind. They also have CBD oil tinctures, similar to CBD PM without the melatonin and other herbs. Tinctures are the most versatile and personalized.
Way to really emphasis that.
I know. It was capitalized.
Tile.
Personalized way to take CBD. They come in 3 great flavors: mint, berry, and orange, as well as a natural, unflavored version. You know what? I read that a little too fast. I forgot something there. Berry and orange, as well as a natural flavor, unflavored version.
Nailed it.
Nope.
Yeah, you did. You went back there and you just fixed your error there.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, it was like you auto-corrected there at the beginning. You just kind of skipped 4 words somehow in a sentence. I don't know how you do it. And then you just went back and fixed it.
Whenever I see a big word down the line, I get a little panicky. So I try to get to that word in my head faster. Whether you're recovering from a hard day, a long night, or a tough workout, CBD MD is dedicated to keeping you at the top of your game. Adding tinctures, gummies, and CBD PM to your regular routine is the best way to sleep naturally, wake refreshed, and take advantage of all the CBD has to offer. He does not...
I think it's a message to you, yeah.
That's all it is.
CBDMD. If you're feeling panicky, go and get on board. Honest, I use the CBD PM every night. I love it. It's the only thing that helps me sleep.
I started using them too because you told me about them.
Yeah,
they changed my life.
So I was Advil PM addict, basically. I used Advil PM every night. Couldn't sleep without it, especially now that I'm not using the vitamins every night. And I honestly thought I was never going to get a good night's sleep ever again. The CBD PM from CBDMD knocks me out. Bang, puts me to bed, and I dream well.
Yeah.
The dreams are awesome.
Helps with your circadian rhythms, or as Zito would say, your
Carden. But CBDMD, this is the most truth stuff and they have lotion too that I rub on, moisture. They have the entire.
Yeah, I was using the icy free stuff last time.
Yep, there it is.
Actually very, very cool.
They've really gone to work, and I appreciate them.
It's the first time in my life I don't have to watch TV to go to sleep.
Yeah, it puts you
I
out.
just lay down. Out.
And you wake up, you don't feel groggy,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. CBDMD, check them out. Get the CBD PM. I personally recommend it, and also all their other stuff is great. Zito gets a little panicky, not with CBDMD though.
No.
Great read, dude.
They said they love what you did last time. They're not going to love this one.
We apologize, CBDMD.
We love you guys.
You wait. If you thought that was great, wait till you hear the conversation that's about to happen. So the ESPYs were last night, and there was a moment where I was potentially going to have to accept the ESPY for the Indianapolis Colts. Me and my friend Trip Hale, Dum Dum of the Year, very nice kid from Alabama. He has a nice family now in Vegas, a nice gym, hilarious human being. He and I were there. It was when Drake hosted, and I didn't even know we were up for an award. And then all of a sudden this award comes up, and Drake announces it, or somebody comes out and talks about it, and this camera crew comes sprinting up to put, it was like we're in the college football awards where the camera crew comes sprinting up to you, and I had no idea what it was. I literally look over at Trip. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I look at the camera. I'm like, oh, the Colts are up for an award. Am I the only Colt here? There's no way. There's no way but for a moment in my head, I was like, greatest ESPY speech of all time is coming right up. Greatest ESPY speech of all time is coming. Somebody else won, obviously. The camera left. So I guess they had to just do the fake show thing. But I thought I was going to accept an ESPY for the Indianapolis Colts. It would have been awesome. Would have been fantastic.
Incredible.
Haven't been invited back since, by the way. Award shows suck.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely.
They are fucking terrible. Now, granted, I'm sure there's some people that absolutely love them, everything about them. There's some great performances, I agree. But boy, watching at home is so much better because you can change the channel.
oh yeah,
Bingo.
You can go to the bathroom. You don't have to be dressed like a buffoon.
Yeah.
You don't have to be dressed like a buffoon out there. You don't have to sweat your dick off. And you don't have to be cramped into these seats that are smaller than airplane seats. These theaters are not built for people of any size. They're built for... It's terrible. I've been to 2 award shows. Nominated twice. Once for an ESPY with the Colts, obviously. And one for the College Football Awards where Ray Guy and I hate Ray Guy because of his decision. I think it was a bad one. It wasted a lot of time of mine. Shouldn't have even been down there.
Yeah, you have a camera 2 inches from your face when the wrong person wins.
Yeah, they really do have a camera right in my face. If my mom's sitting right next to me, my dad's sitting on right next to her, and I was supposed to win. They didn't pick the right 3 people to be the finalists for this particular award. They didn't pick. We weren't the right 3, but out of the 3, I was by far the best. It wasn't even close. The night before, we're having a beer with Ray Guy, and Ray Guy starts the conversation talking to the kid that won, like he was best friends with his coach. He was like, "Oh, I talked to last night. He's an old college roommate of mine." I was like, "Well." This is over. This is fucking over. And the way he does, Ray Guy, the way he set up the award, he was like, this guy showed incredible consistency, a massive, everything he was saying. I was like, oh, I did fucking win. Good for me, man. This kid that won didn't even punt enough to register as an actual stat in the stats. Wow. He only had 24 punts all year. I had 20 some 50-yard punts in the season. So it was it was a bad season. So Ray Guy, I hated Ray Guy for a long time.
Ray.
I've buried that beef deep down inside. I've buried it.
Good for you.
I mean, it's still there.
Good for Ray.
Good for Ray. Good for Ray. Because he's in the Hall of Fame. He's done a lot for punters.
Sure.
So I've tried to bury it as low as I can. But he knows. Mm-hmm. He knows that he fucked that one up. Especially whenever that kid, I think he's probably digging ditches now.
I was getting texts from people at home saying congratulations as he was reading the stats and the description of the one that won.
This guy's
Everybody's
incredible.
like, oh, he won. Yeah. Congratulations.
They announced the winner, though, and you're supposed to just clap. Because if you don't clap, you're a poor
Yeah,
sport.
you look like a dick.
And I'm like, yo, you just wasted my fucking time. I could be in Morgantown right now. I mean, Penny Pictures was tonight. And I'm down here in ESPN hobnobbing with these humans that I hate. This is a nightmare.
Do you think your name was on that paper though? But like it was like a last minute, like someone fucked up.
So there's a panel that picks the finalists, and then Ray Guy picks the winner.
Oh,
so they actually told us how the whole thing.
Because like in
went.
my head, like camera guys right in front of you, like they know who's like supposed to win. Essentially.
No, well, that's for just
That's
like the ESPYs.
when they introduce the
reaction.
nominees
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it on everybody's face.
Just in case, like for instance, just in case my mom goes, "Oh, fucking bullshit!" Like they want to be able to have that reaction,
I
you know.
gotcha.
So as soon as it happens, it was early in the night. It was early in the night whenever that award was up, the Ray Guy Award. So now we have to sit through all these other fucking awards. We got to sit through. No, he's a friend of mine now, but the Tim Tebow spectacle at that award show was next level.
Imagine.
Bowden went
Bobby Bowden.
Bobby Bowden went up there and gave a speech for like 4 hours.
Horrible.
It never ended. And we're just sitting there, and we weren't allowed to leave. So I'm pissed off that I didn't win, and I was even there. Like we all wasted our time flying out. Couldn't go to Disney World because it rained so hard. So there was literally no upside to being at this award show, none. And then we had to sit there for another hour and a half, just watch these humans like, I'm the greatest human on earth. I'm like, yeah, great for you, man. I'd like to get the fuck out of here. Shout out to all the winners though at the ESPYs. Good for you guys. Awards really matter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Those things go a long way.
AQ won an award,
Especially
didn't
in
he?
SB.
Yeah, AQ won an award the night before. So his didn't even get announced on the
tough.
stage. His won the night before, and we went out and celebrated his victory. That was whenever he and I's friendship really kicked off. And the guest from earlier today, Kirk Herbstreit. That is where we met at that award show at a bar the night before in beautiful Orlando.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we walked in this bar. We were at Margaritaville down there in Orlando, I think. There's like a string of bars down there in Orlando, I think, right, Zito?
Yeah.
There's a Margaritaville down there?
Yes, there is.
So me and AQ were down there at Margaritaville, and we bounced over to another. We were the only people that went out. So we found that out whenever we got back, and there was somebody that was checking names because they had to make sure we were all in. Might have been a reason I lost as well, by the way. Something to think about. Me and AQ were the last two stumbling into the fucking hotel. But we go into a bar that was like, as it was kind of shutting down, and we walk in, and Kirk Herbstreit's in the corner. I'm like, oh, fuck, Kirk Herbstreit's here. And AQ's like, oh, I know him because Big Ten stuff. He goes up there and chats with him. Nicest guy of all time. Still is, obviously, to this day. Great interview earlier. But award show, I've really had a nice, what's that word?
Affliction?
Is that like?
Oh, an affinity.
An affinity.
Yeah.
I really have had an affinity for award shows for a long time. I mean, my senior year of high school, they made me go to the award show for the seniors, and I was up for Male Athlete of the Year. I mean, I only had scholarship offers in like 3 different sports, and
We met the winner, right?
yeah. Another kid won. I got one scholarship, and I was like, "Why did you guys even have me come here? Like, why do I get invited to these things? Like, don't bring me up here because I'm just gonna hate you forever." Which I do, by the way. I hate our high school forever.
I mean, that kid was wet from 3.
Oh yeah, he was great. I probably would have been too if I played that fucking sport. If I had to guess. Even now that I know me a little bit with basketball, it never ends. These award shows are just one big disappointment for me. I think that's why I hate them. But I'll watch the shit out of them on TV.
Well, let's be honest. That speech though would be absolutely epic though. Like that would be
When I finally win something? Oh, when I finally win an award at an award show, I got some things saved up from that Male Athlete of the Year thing my senior year of high school.
Oh, so you're basically gonna do every single award show you're supposed to win.
Congrats to me, Male Athlete of the Year 2005 Plum High School. I didn't get the award technically, but I deserved it. Everybody knows it. All right. Also, congrats to me, Ray Guy winner 2008. Fucking shout out me having big balls. Ray Guy making wrong decisions. And for this particular thing, yeah, I would go on the whole thing.
What was the other award in high school that you didn't get, that you should have got?
Oh, yeah, fucking Valley News Dispatch Player of the Year. I led the state in goals and assists, basically, and one of my teammates won the fucking Player of the Year. It's unbelievable. It never, ever ends. They asked me to come up for a photo shoot. Didn't tell me. And I have to stand on a brick wall. They take a picture of me, and then my teammates out there juggling a soccer ball in the field. They got like 4 camera people shooting them. I'm like, what happened? They're like, he's Player of the Year. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, good for him. Great for him. But I mean, do we just not read any stats? What the fuck? I'll never forget the Valley News Dispatch Player of the Year. I hate them too. I hope did that paper go out of business?
There's a good chance. I mean,
I don't know.
Well, they made terrible decisions. I know that. Yeah, Angelo Master Giacomo, good friend of mine, won Player of the Year. Still brings it up to this day. Still brings it up to this
When we were in D.C.
Yeah, he brought it up while we were in D.C. He was like, what was that new? I was like, oh, yeah. You don't remember. He's a great soccer player. But I just so happen to have one of the greatest high school soccer years in history. And I fucking got a picture next to a brick wall as if it's a mugshot.
His smirk he gave you.
No, he knew it too. Because they asked him to come for the photo shoot and me to come. I don't think he knew until he got there.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, he's like, oh, this is perfect. This is fucking perfect. It never ends. It never ends with these people. But congrats to all the winners of the ESPYs last night. I'm very happy and proud of you. It means the world, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a legendary man. He fornicated with my mother 9 months before May 2nd, 1987. Created me. Shout out to him for that. And to my mom, by the way. She played a pretty big role in that whole thing. This guy is now full-time running the foundation, Pat McAfee Foundation, and it is time to hand out some scholarships to well-deserved participants in an essay contest. These are all children of military families that we will be handing out comfort scholarships to. Dad, quickly, for the people that don't know about the Pat McAfee Foundation, we've been in existence
since February of 2012. We became a 501c3.
Good for us, by the way, in February.
go.
Hey, good for us. A lot of paperwork Tim McAfee had to fill out there.
There was.
We wanted to work with the military. Very much wanted to work with the military, but we didn't know our particular lane. And we decided to go with the children of military families because we thought you take care of the kids, they'll take care of the parents in the future, furthering their education, taking a little pressure off of the mom or dad who served in the military. And it's been a very fun venture for us. I mean, it's been an absolute blast. It's been a great 7 years. We've given away thus far
$433,000
in scholarships. I mean, we're really doing it. You know, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
That's, by the way, I was up for the Salute to Service Award one time.
Didn't get it.
I lost it. But it's not about, honestly, that award I thought was the biggest joke of all time. Like any of the philanthropy awards, it's like, okay, kind of taken away from why we're doing this whole thing. Because for us, it's been very cool to kind of watch these kids kind of go to school and grow now because we've been doing it for so long. We have a pharmacist.
Yep, she graduated from pharmacy school.
She won our award like 4 straight years, 5 straight years scholarship, and she's now a pharmacist and she's a badass. Her dad was a airborne guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, paratrooper guy. Badass of a dude. Yeah. So the way they apply for these scholarships is they have to write an essay about
their appreciation for their parents' military service.
So it can get emotional in some of them. Some of them mail them in. I mean, some of them are not great.
Some are bad.
But they don't win. This is a very highly competitive scholarship that we give out yearly. And this year, we're giving out 10 scholarships with a total of
$61,000.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
Okay, good for you, Tim. I mean, that's really good work you've been putting in behind the scenes here. I appreciate the hell out of you.
There's nothing to sneeze at. These are real numbers.
These are real 430.
These are life-changing numbers for people.
Yeah, I do the phone call to tell them each year, and it's kind of weird being an adult having to call these high school kids' parents' house. Hi,
especially coming from Plum.
Yeah. Easy. Right. That's an inside joke, our high school. Terrible things. But you call them and you're like, hi, is Johnny there? And they're like, who's this? I'm like, this is Pat McAfee. Like, fuck you. Because these are military families. You gotta remember, like, these are blue-collar families. And I'm like, I got to call him back. Like, no, your kid won a... Did he? Oh, we didn't even know he really applied. And then you go to the conversation and the kid's so happy. Then the parents are so appreciative. And it's just like, it's such a cool moment for me every single year.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Getting to announce them on the podcast here, I'm really pumped up about it. Dad, why don't you go ahead and list the 10 award winners this year. We have a first place winner who, I'm looking at the scores here. I don't want to say she did better than everybody else by a lot, but it sure seems like she did better than everybody else. And then there's like 2 through... The rest of them are kind of tightly bunched, but the winner was very deserved. So, and what is that? The 6? Yeah, 6 are winning $5,000 each. Then 3 are winning 7,000, and then the winner's getting 10 grand.
That's correct.
Wow.
That's awesome. All right, why don't you read through them? Without further ado, how many people applied?
33.
Okay, let's go. Lucky 33, down to 10. The 10 winners are in 10th place.
Chris Oakley.
I think his name is Curtis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Curtis Oakley.
There's a Chris Oakley out there.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, Chris
Sorry,
Oakley.
Chris Oakley.
Next year, man. Next year. And I would like people to know, just like we talked about with that pharmacist, you can win multiple years in a row. And we have had a lot of people do that. And
Yes.
it's a very, very cool thing to kind of watch them grow. In 9th place,
Donald Scott.
congrats, Donald Scott. In 8th place,
Madeline Perry.
congrats, Madeline, getting a big win there. In 7th place,
Abigail McGee.
good Irish girl, congrats. In 6th place,
Isaac Hunter.
great name.
Strong name.
That's a great name.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good for Isaac Hunter there. I mean, he didn't win, but he did.
He did.
But he didn't win it. You get it.
Yeah.
In 5th place,
Jacoby Clark.
great name. Congratulations, Jacoby. Very thankful for you entering. Now the top 4. These next 3 will win 7,000 apiece. In 4th place,
Zoe Rainey.
okay, Zoe.
go,
In 3rd place,
Colleen Roberts.
okay, Colleen. In 2nd place,
Julia Mann.
congrats, Julia. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 first place scholarship award winner from the Pat McAfee Foundation, a $10,000 comfort scholarship, goes to
Emma Norris.
Hey,
Emma! There you go.
congrats to all the award winners. Go to tpmf.us
Or the PatMcAfeeFoundation.org.
if you would like to enter for next year. We do this every single year. I think it's a really cool thing. I'm lucky my dad is really taking the reins on this thing. It's fulfillment. It's taking care of people. It's taking care of the right people. And it's really fucking cool. Good work, Dad. Good work, Emma. And good work to the other 9 finalists.
Recipients.
Good word. Back here, Ty.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good work, Ty.
Thank you.
Congrats to the other 9 recipients and to our champion, Emma Norris. The world is yours. So now whenever you go to further your education, you go ahead and dominate this thing so you can take care of your parents who took care of us. And that's what it's all about. Hey, Tim, great work, bub.
Thank you.
I mean, we got off to a rocky start there with Chris Oakley.
Well, Chris Oakley. Well, sorry, Curtis.
Curtis, big winner.
Looks like Chris Oakley's shirt.
Just some random Chris Oakley. Congrats to some random Chris Oakley who just won some free merch. So thankful for this. Told you guys we were hot today.
Oh, yeah.
We're changing the world. What other podcast goes from Kirk Herbstreit straight to an incredible ad read from Zito to a scholarship award of $61,000
That's what I'm saying.
straight into Pangaea?
Come on.
Have we talked about Pangaea yet, Ty?
I don't know. We'll find out.
This bitch don't know about Pangaea.
Listen, if we haven't got to the Pangaea talk yet, stick around.
Yeah.
Things are about to really get going. Things are really about to get going here. Thanks for listening. And also thanks to one of our newer advertisers, a company that saved my entire vacation, has completely transformed my life. I have them on right now. Bird Dogs. Bird Dogs are the most comfortable shorts I've ever put on in my life. They have built-in carriage holders. You can swim in them. You can work out in them. You can go to a nice dinner in them. You can dress them up. You can dress them down. And they're the most comfortable pair of shorts I've ever put on in my life. Also, you order from them right now, you get a pair of nunchucks.
Sold.
Somebody sent us a picture of the nunchucks. This is really happening.
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was kind of like one of those
Yes.
things. Like, it was promo code America right now. When you go to birddogs.com, you get a free pair of nunchucks with the most comfortable shorts you've ever worn. Are you kidding me right now? They'll give you an actual weapon along with your pair of Bird Dogs. That's birddogs.com, promo code America, and boom, free pair of nunchucks with your pair of Bird Dogs. You will not take these things off. I promise you, I have not. I probably should wash them. Honestly, it's getting to that point because it's just they're so comfortable. They feel so good, and you feel so fresh in them. You can move, you can groove, and you can sleep in them. You can do anything you want to do, and they're the most. They're all-terrain shorts. They're ATSs.
That's a good way to describe it.
Work on your nunchaku routine.
Yeah, with them. And also for me, I like shorts that are a little bit above the knee. They fit me properly. They fit good. They fit great. They make you look good too. Birddogs.com, promo code America. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest conversation we've ever had.
I have 2 weddings next month. I'm trying to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Might just cut all out.
That's not the way to do it.
I'm not giving you a lot of hope.
There's some good looking ladies gonna be there, so I gotta put in an 8th gear. Or maybe 1st gear to start off.
I mean, maybe we just kind of roll. We get a rolling start. You know, whenever like your battery dies, but you have a stick, you kind of got to roll it into gear.
I've been there.
I think that's kind of what you are right now. You're just a guy without a battery. You know, you got zero charge to kind of.
Yeah, I finally got a battery.
Now you got a battery. These weddings.
A roly-poly
Oh,
type
come on.
Hey, you didn't deserve that.
Ron.
I mean,
husky circle.
Oh, just call me Charles Barkley while you're at it.
So Z, like today,
I'm on a pound.
you FaceTime me and you say you want dinner. Do you want to get pizza?
Yeah, and say you're housing a whole pizza.
Do I
here.
need to tell you no here? Like, this is an actual question.
hey, is this? Do we need to be friends?
Right.
Like, do we need to be real friends? Or because every once in a while I'll get a tweet that's like, "Why do you make fun of Zito so much?" It's like we don't. We don't. We try our best to support him. It's just physically impossible at some points. So are we supposed to? That is a real thing because people do tell me to stop bullying you. And it's never me. It's mostly Nick. But
Yeah, maybe Nick could cool it down, but everyone else, I do need constructive criticism.
Oh, I can do that.
Is that the right word?
Diggs went home. Had to go home earlier. He brought that word accountability buddies. Is that what you're looking for out of us? Is like accountability buddies?
I think so. I think that's what I need. I think.
You need accountability buddy. So is Foxy supposed to be your accountability buddy here?
Yeah, he let me down earlier.
Whoa, I didn't know you had 2 weddings before.
No, yeah.
I want you to look good at those weddings.
I'm gonna use that jacket probably from the thing from the tour.
Oh, the bright one?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're fitting in that, bro. Right now, it was tight on tour.
I know.
And you.
Yeah,
that was
I don't know.
that was before.
You made me cook you a cheeseburger today.
Yeah,
Not wrong with that keto, by the way. That's
Yeah,
keto.
I ate the bread though.
whole
Couldn't say
loaf.
no.
There's no reason for that, Zito.
I need it though. I need this.
But you
Accountability.
did, in our defense, you did say, "Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight," that's like an active thing you just said, like it's happening in the present, and we just watched what you ate today.
So yes, like my saying
So
was.
I don't know that that's matching up.
My saying is diet starts never.
Yeah, it is.
But I think I have to change that today.
To diet starts.
Never, but today it starts.
So it's starting today?
Okay.
Like when this podcast
Oh,
comes
the
out?
podcast comes out. Yes.
So this is starting on Thursday,
My goal is to lose
July
60 pounds.
11th. Your goal is to lose 60 pounds? I do not want that Zito back. No, Ty. We do not even. I do not want that Zito back.
First wedding is going to be the 11th.
So 1 month. Exactly 1 month.
So exactly tomorrow.
We do not need Meth Zito back, though.
don't
Please
think
do
so.
not give Meth Zito
Maybe you
back.
start with like 10.
I think what I'm going to do this time, though, I'm going to drain blood out and then blood dope. I think I'm going to try to blood dope so I don't lose like. That's like the only way, I think, so I don't become Meth Zito. So I'll just have bags of blood in one of the fridges.
Oh, man.
Come on, bro. We got this new fridge. You put the fucking garlic
No, we
in there.
got the. That was not me.
Yeah. It was.
We have a side fridge though. I'll use the side fridge.
So 1 month. Let's put a realistic and like a potential happy Zito for the next month. Because honestly, I mean, it was great content, that weight loss challenge. But boy, it was tough. It was tough every day. By the way, terrible for you guys too. I understand it was terrible for you guys, but it was also bad for us to have to deal with you.
Terrible to be around.
Sure.
And what? But you guys were literally sacrificing your entire bodies and soul. You almost shut down your kidney.
I'm sure I was not a good time.
It was. I mean, you toughed it out on the microphones, but boy, watching you guys just kill yourselves there, I do not want to ever do that again. So I do not want this wedding season diet that you're about to go into.
Well, I've had 2 physicians tell me that it was a bad idea to do it that way, but I just don't know though. I feel like it's the only way that I could look good for like 2 days, and then it just comes right back every time.
I can't judge you though, because I crash diet hard for any time I'm on TV. Speaking of Extreme Rules on Sunday, I'm currently in the middle of a smoothie fast. to find a jawline.
Yeah,
so I
you
mean,
should.
I can't judge you too much.
I lost a jawline like 5 years ago.
Is it healthy to like 2 days a month water fast, like for 2 days in a row? Just water fast.
Hold
2
on.
days.
That's on the internet.
Does that help? Like you?
That shows up on the internet all the time. People, the water fast, I guess, is a real thing.
I think it's good for you, right? It kind of
Gumpy
resets everything.
Guys, anything in moderation is fine.
Yeah, because I think 2 days water fast. I think I could do that. I did that for like 6 days. That was miserable. But I remember the first 2 days weren't that bad.
Yeah, but your mindset was you're going to win $10,000, $9,999. Sorry. So it's anytime I do these fucking crash diets to find a jawline for TV, the first day is so fucking hard because it feels as if the people around me, not just you guys, but Sam included, order the best food of all time. And it's like, okay, this is just a test. Like this is just a test. But then when you lay down in bed at night and everybody else is asleep and it's just you and your taste buds.
Oh, that's the worst.
It is very difficult to go to bed whenever there's a Cinnabon right out there in the fucking kitchen. So it's always a struggle. So I think the 2 day water thing would be very difficult for me. I'm not sure I'd be able to. Well, I guess if you chug a shit ton of water, though, you feel full.
Sick, especially if you're chugging those like smart waters that are like the liter bottles. You do 2 of those. I mean, that's like you feel like you ate a meal.
What was that thing I chugged at the place in Columbus?
Oh, the fucking chalice.
That was a gallon, right? It was
a
gallon jug.
Carafe.
It was a gallon jug.
That's the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. I put her down. I mean, I put it on video. It didn't look as impressive because I don't think you could get the depth of the bottle. So it was a glass bottle, so you couldn't get the complete depth of it. But that made me feel sick for sure. So maybe that is the way to do it. Just
I'm thinking about doing it. Like the next time we know we have a vacation coming up or something, like the 2 days before. Just do it and see what it does. Like I was thinking, you can lose like 8 pounds,
which is a lot of pounds.
Yeah.
A lot of pounds, by the way.
A lot of pounds.
That's not
like
bad
that's a noticeable difference.
Okay, so what are we really going for this 1 month?
I think to fit in the jacket, 28 pounds.
You need to lose 28
How about
pounds?
20?
What about 15?
15 is
What
what
about
I'm thinking.
10? What about 5? Let's just start with 5 pounds.
I'm an overachiever, though.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
If you lose 15 and get down to like 330, you'll be.
330 would be nice. I tried doing the math in my head what 15 of that would be, and I couldn't do it.
Oh my god. Hey, Ty, Nick, and Todd, by the way. I don't want any tweets. I don't want any tweets about anything that has happened.
Sorry, Z.
No, hey, that's the criticism I need.
The accountability buddies. The
Accountability buddies.
So wedding season Z is going to try to lose 15 pounds.
Do you get a +1?
Yeah.
Who
You trying to go?
Not me.
trying to
I'm looking out for you, buddy. Who you got?
Oh.
Got a little something
Well, he
lined
said
up?
there's
or-
a couple good-looking
Yeah,
girls
you-
at the wedding. So
You fish there.
you probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't go there with someone. That
You don't
trapped
bring
with them.
sand to the beach.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
bring
you're
the
saying.
water to the
Yeah,
beach.
Yeah.
What was that?
Like thirst.
The thirst.
You wouldn't bring water, right? Thirst and water are actually kind of opposite of things.
Well, the water bottle.
Yeah. You bring the hose.
Oh, yeah.
Attaboy. Maybe you take Foxy with you.
Hey, you clean up too much.
True.
Good call.
I got to bring someone uglier than myself.
Yeah, I was just saying, you think of watch Foxy get laid.
How about this? Can we have a listener go with you to one of these weddings?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you apply to go to a wedding with Zito. Hashtag wedding SZNZEET. And then hashtag PMS2. Use those 2 hashtags. Take a picture of yourself so we know what we're getting into, right, Zito? Because you take a picture of yourself, take a picture of the suit that you would like to wear. You don't have to own it yet, just on the internet. And then there will be a selection process to go to the wedding with Zito 1 month from today, August 11th. What a fucking great thing this is. And you also must be following a subscriber of the Twitch stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/The Pat McAfee Show. Okay, so I assume this is going to be electric content. This is probably something you'd want to do. I cannot wait for this. Where's the wedding? In Chicago?
Yep.
Oh,
It's a rich wedding, too. It's a rich wedding.
Oh, so they
Well,
get
of course it is. You're
So
good.
this person gets a free trip to Chicago. Yeah, of course it is. You know, this is the Perez family, probably. It's probably somebody in the Perez family. So they get a free trip to Chicago. They get to go to a wedding with Zito.
Yeah, it's a good time.
See, you know what you're signing up for. This is a lot of time with this person.
Yeah, just go to the dance floor, hang out there, away from him or her.
Yeah, but like, when are you going to fly him? Are we going to fly him in or drive him?
No,
in?
they handle themselves.
They handle that themselves,
Right?
But do they come day of wedding, so you don't have to deal with them like the night before?
Right.
Maybe night before. No, because it's a Sunday, so.
Sunday wedding?
Sunday wedding.
Really?
Yeah. No, maybe it's Saturday
Some
going to
people.
Sunday. That's what it is.
I would assume you got no shot with any of these women if it's a Sunday wedding. They got work on Monday.
Yeah.
It's a big sorority girl one. So it's like they're all.
Zeet.
Yeah.
The 11th is a Sunday, Zeke.
Yeah. So I think it's the 10th going to 11. But it's going to be in that time period. It's for sure that weekend.
It's the 9th, 10th, and 11th weekend.
Yeah.
And you're going to lose 15 pounds for this?
20.
Okay.
I think
like
it's
it.
feasible because you lost 43 the first time.
Think
like
about it,
50
though. We
the
lost
second.
11 the first weigh-in, I believe. 13 pounds.
Yeah.
And that was just not eating at all.
Let's remember, I speak for the crew here. We do not want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, we do not want to deal with starved Zeet.
I think we'll be okay. You cut out the morning burrito at 9 a.m. You cut out the midnight Taco Bell run, and I think you're shaving 10
How about
that first week.
Mid-dinner pizza.
Yeah.
This is a mid-dinner. This is not final dinner. This is mid-dinner. It is 8 p.m. right now. This is not dinner yet.
You know, we should make him a shirt to wear this entire time frame because in boot camp, in boot camp, we have diet privates, they call them. So you come in overweight, you are in half rations the entire time you're there until you hit weight. So you have 2 red bars. You have your name on the front, and then you have 2 red bars, one on top and one on bottom. So when you go through the chow line, they know you only get half of what everybody else gets.
Hilarious.
You should do that.
They don't do that anymore, I bet. There's no way. There's no way in the military. So, like in West Virginia, we did something called tour duty, and it was our winter conditioning, and it was fucking terrible. It was these stations, and if you weren't giving 100% in the coach's eyes, they would give you a check. And if you got checks were given if you didn't look like you were sprinting, right? If you didn't look as if you were giving your absolute most, you would get a check. And then the check was like I think it was a 300-yard shuttle or some shuttle afterwards. And you had to make a certain time. If you didn't make time, you had to make the time again. Like, so each check was terrible. It was a fucking terrible thing. People didn't sleep the night before. It was a mind fuckery. But if you got a certain amount of checks, you had to wear an orange shirt the next tour of duty, and you had to go in front of the line, so you got the extra reps because each station was a certain amount of time. So if you're in the orange shirt, you got to go first because the line goes through, so you have to get the extra reps. So if that first one you do bad, you're miserable the entire time. And they were called an orange goon, I think. The orange goons, I believe is what he called them. Like, hey, the orange goonies, get up in the front. You know the deal. Fucking Reed Williams. My guy Reed Williams is my roommate basically all through college. He showed up the first year. Not good shape. He had an orange and he had orange hair, right?
Yeah, also a ginger. I mean,
It's glorious. It's delicious red, please. But he did have orange hair and these orange things. He had like 20-some checks. I think they were trying to make him quit early because he was just living a good life down there. He went on to be an All-American, obviously, but I'll never forget like walking out of those things when I did because I was coming fresh out of soccer. So I was in pretty good shape. And I mastered the fake.
yeah, you just got to be good at faking the effort.
I'm running so hard right now, not moving my legs at all, just the upper body, and walking out of there just like feeling so bad for the guy. Like, man, you just had an hour and a half of misery. That's what that shirt would be for Zito all day, basically. That's what that would be.
My name would be on the inside of that shirt for sure.
What's that?
Because you have to get it. You deserve that shirt, right? Or did they take that shirt away, the orange shirt?
The orange shirt, you get it each day. It just shows up in your laundry.
So, like, yeah, my name would be on that shirt.
Bro, I'll never forget when I think Reed saw it the first time. We got our laundry, and he just looked at it, and he like asked the guy, like, "What's this mean?" He was like, "You're about to have a terrible You are about to have a terrible morning." Oh, and then you got to go to class, by the way. And then we got practice after that. And then you got this. And then you got study. And he actually took school serious. He's got like 4 degrees, so I got none. And I got to go in the back of the line. So I had a great time. And I didn't hit anybody. I mean, it was good. I had a pretty good little run. But I think this next month for you is going to be delicious.
15 pounds then.
15 pounds. All right.
There you go.
Wedding season's eat. Hashtag, are you sure you want to do this with the people? Because somebody.
I got to choose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no 6-packs. If you're going to apply, don't have a 6-pack.
What if it's a babe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I thought we were taking.
Well,
a good wingman could be a lady.
Good point.
Not a bad call
wing
there.
person.
So you
Oh,
refuse
yeah,
to
sorry.
take. You refuse to take. Yeah, it is a wing person. Good call, Tom.
That's on me.
That was incredibly sexist of you.
I know.
2019.
Yeah. I mean, they can. They can
Looks
help
like
us
Zito's got a check mark.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. All right. Gotta fucking gas her at the end of the show. You wouldn't take Foxy because he's too attractive.
Yes.
He would cockblock the fuck out of you.
Yeah. He would be
as if there's only one girl there. That is, you know what I mean? As if there's only one girl.
That's true because she's going to have a friend.
Yes,
exactly.
I think you.
Oh, so you're saying
so that could work.
I'm thinking you throw Foxy out there as bait. I think forget Foxy. Let's rule out Foxy. Let's say it is a listener.
Okay.
I don't think you should rule out a potential like 6-pack listener because that's good bait for you. I think. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I get what you're saying. So he's gonna wheel in the hotter chicks, and that chick's gonna have a friend, right? That's what you're saying.
Now we're talking. That's what a wing
Or
person
friends
does, by the
with
way.
an S,
That is exactly what a wing person is.
Yeah.
All right. If you have a 6-pack, you can apply.
Can Foxy apply?
Yeah. Will he win? I don't know.
Do you subscribe to the Twitch?
He does, actually.
I do. I pay every month.
So, listeners, you need to know that Foxy is going to be trying to win this
Absolutely.
for the next month. Foxy is going to be trying to win this invite as well. So, you want this, you're going to really have to get this.
We're going to get Zeke down to 315 first and foremost. And then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say, hey, this is my man Zeke. You guys should talk to him. Lure him all in for you, Zeke.
And then Zeke's going to go to the dance floor.
Yep.
And we know Quick Feet Zeke went Old Town Road or Country Road.
No awning safe there.
Oh, no awning safe.
It's over.
By the way,
Go ahead.
incredible nomination last night.
I know. I thought I was gonna win.
You didn't get the invite, so okay, that's kind of the first clue.
That was a fan favorite for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, you were. If views, no, I'm sure that Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think it only got like probably 40, 50 million views. Yeah, I don't know if you even were the fan favorite. I think that's who won was the fan favorite.
I was the underdog for sure.
Steep underdog, I'd say. Yeah. But hey, gambling's legal in Indiana, huh? Like sports books are going to be popping off
January 1st, right?
Yeah.
during I think it's during football season.
Oh, really?
I think they're launching
Yeah.
football season.
Yeah, because I thought it was going into effect in July. They were going to start the ball rolling, right?
Oh,
That's what I thought.
Bro, we got to watch out for dicks, bro.
Just every night the sports book.
Hey, he's going to need an accountability buddy for sure. I'm serious when I say that. I don't know how he's doing right now on Bro Bets. Are you guys on a hot heater or not?
I think we're winning, but barely. Yeah.
Gumpy was on a streak, right?
Gumpy has great stats. He has great stats.
He bets
has the
like
best
soccer
stats.
and shit, right? He bets all the European stuff. He's from Canada.
Yeah.
Why is he so European?
I don't get it either.
Is all of Canada like that?
I don't think so.
He told me no. He told me like where he lives, it's like around like people from here.
He's a trendsetter, he said.
Because when we were on Sirius, it felt like Canada was just all middle of America.
Yeah.
Like all the
Right.
calls we got was just like everybody.
Well, he's like West Coast, right? So you got to imagine the West Coast of Canada is probably much different than the middle,
And he
the
lives on an
heartland of
island.
But
Canada.
he said the people where he lives
He does live on an island.
Because I was like, does everybody dress like this? And he's like, no, just me, bro. I'm a fashionista, he said.
He did say fashionista, exact words. I was like, Easto, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to gender assign you, but I think it's Easto. I'm not certain I use Babel, but I think it's O instead of A. You know a place that I liked a lot? Ankeny, Iowa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead. Why? Why? Sorry. Why?
What happens there?
One thing I've learned about Todd is he doesn't like any part of Iowa except for Waterloo.
Hold on. Because I texted Pat Anger. I said, yo, I'm in Iowa. And his text back was, where are you? Why are you here? Do you want my wife to show you her tits? That was just texting me. That was just texting me. And I just started dying laughing. And I said, I'm in Ankeny. He said, oh, I'm on the east side of the state or something like that. He said, it's much tougher over here than where you are.
Confirmed.
And that Ankeny place was beautiful.
Yeah,
Really?
that's habitually one of like the 10 most like sought after places to live in the United States.
It completely makes sense. I mean, I was there for 27 hours and I thought about moving. Honestly, I was like, this place is gorgeous.
It is nice.
You had people like walking on the street, like on the main roads, like exercising. The parks were like, it looked like it was in a movie. Like I looked like I was in a movie of what America, like back in the day. It was incredible. I stopped by Casey's.
Nice.
Everybody in there was super nice. It was like, good morning. It was like, good morning. I was like, holy shit, this is a fake town. This is a fake town. Then we went around a fire pit and they were telling stories about how their 7th grade youth team won the state championship. Yeah, the coaches were there. They were talking about how the Ankeny team won. I was like, I am in a movie right now. And I love Ankeny. I want to let you know, I love Ankeny.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad there's a piece of Iowa that you love.
Wait a minute.
A lot of uppity fuckers in Ankeny.
That's what I thought.
There it is.
It felt like that. I mean, it did feel like the people I was with were not.
Right. Not everyone's like that, but by and large, my brother lives very close to Ankeny. A lot of uppity fuckers over there.
It did seem as if it was a very nice town.
Yeah.
One of the wealthiest dudes in America lives there.
Correct.
And he has his own private golf course. I
Yes.
drove by.
Yep.
He started Roundup.
Oh, really?
Like killing weeds. This guy started
Oh,
Roundup. Yeah. A couple
It's a
$billion.
huge company.
Yeah, he's got his own golf course there and the whole thing. I played on a private golf course here in Indiana one time. The Simon guy.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. I was afraid to take a divot out of the fairway.
But instead, we took a fucking entire ditch. I mean, we played bad. We played bad golf, but we're the only humans there. They had 2 armed security guards walking behind us. I would assume this private course is the same thing. If you're at the state where you can buy your own private golf course, I think that's the.
That's like I thought if I took a big enough hack, that guy was going to pull that gun out and execute me right there.
Just put you in the.
That's the vibe it was being sent.
And by the way, we're not certain that isn't facts. Like we're not certain that wouldn't have happened. I mean, there's a couple big divots we had. And I was sprinting to fucking fill it. Like, hey, give me the sand. Give me the sand. It's sand.
Probably so soft too, like so easy to leave a massive divot.
So the Simon guy owns the Simon Malls.
Right.
So all the Simon Malls he owns. He's from Indiana. He owns the Indiana Pacers. He passed away, but
Rest in peace.
he was a member of Crooked Stick, which is a legendary golf course here in India. PGA comes through here, the senior PGA. This is like where all the uppity fuckers of Indiana, in Ty's words, would play golf. Beautiful course. I almost hit a hole-in-one there. I've never almost hit a hole-in-one in my life. There, I almost hit a hole-in-one. It was a really cool time. The legend goes, I don't know if this is a factual statement or not. It's a legend. The guy that owns Simon Mall enjoyed alcohol. Okay, so he drank every once in a while. He was a member at Crooked Stick. He crashed a golf cart, got kicked out of the country club, bought the property across the street, built his own golf course. Fucking legend.
Fucking move.
It's right across the street. It's like literally right across, one line of trees, and it's just right on there. Nicer golf course is right across there.
No one could play on it.
No one can play on it. Me, Nick, CFO Phil, Larry Bird, Bill Clinton. Those are the people. Yeah, those are the people playing on the golf course. I have no idea how we got in there. I still don't have. I think we got invited back too, which is awesome.
I mean, you at that point you just have so much money.
Well, yeah, because the guy's widow lives in a house in the middle of the course, and I guess she is kind of a recluse, doesn't really come outside much, but came out and actually wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, big day. This lady, they were like, yeah, the wife, the widow lives in that house. She never comes out of the house. And then all of a sudden we're playing, and like we see like the door open. It's a massive door, and they're like, oh, she's outside. And it's like for the workers there, it was even a big deal. They're like, oh my God, what do we do? They're like on the radio, like, should we leave? Like, and then she like wanted to say hello, which was very cool. I was like, okay, lady. Hey, nice golf course you got here, by the way. Nice house, dude. Jesus Christ.
Thanks for not shooting us.
Hey, thanks for not killing us. They had like fucking towers and everything on there.
Yeah.
For like if
snipers?
What?
Yeah, because I think when Clinton played there,
That makes sense.
they had the Secret Service everywhere. So when he flew in and played there, they had like people in towers and shit. I mean, that's the level though. By the way, I think I've decided private aviation is a great state of wealth that we should we're all striving to get to in this room for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think what we really should be keeping our eyes on is potential private golf course.
Oh, can you imagine?
That's where we should be looking at, boys.
Is that tied with owning Island?
Oh,
I always thought that was the top.
the island is the top.
And then you have a golf course on the island.
There you go.
par 3.
Yeah.
Have a little par 3.
I like to hit the big stick once in a while, though, you know?
I mean, you can't as good in
maybe
the water.
You know what? I could play the same 4 holes over and over.
My
It wouldn't bother me.
So my dad's family, like his cousins, are I don't want to say they're river people, but they're river people. They live.
Oh, Creek Boys.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Creek
Crick.
Boys. Crick Boys. They lived in on an island in I think it was the Allegheny River, which in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I mean, you're talking about an incredible group of human beings. They have a little 4-hole golf course on the island that went through the houses.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they played. I think I played there. Like when I was
you have
a kid.
a par 3, 2 par 4s, and a par 5. You know, 4 holes.
All right,
just
now
keep
you're
playing
talking.
Now we're talking. I think it was 5 holes though. What you just said.
a par 3, 2 par 4s, and a par 5.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong.
I might have said it differently.
A par 5, though. I don't know if that's going to have to be a lot of land.
It would be. You're right.
But on that private course we played on, they use the same green for like 2 different holes.
Yeah, you tee off from wherever you want.
Yeah, dog leg in there.
Along. Yeah.
That one green was unforgiving. I mean, it was so big. I was draining like a 400-foot putt. But then it rolled off the green. And then I had to chip it, and it rolled off the other side. And then I picked up and went and talked to the widow lady. And then we left. And that's how the day ended. But I think that is where we should be trying to get to.
There are so many Simon Malls.
I know.
And it's
everywhere.
and they pay rent. So it's just
Yes.
real estate. So all the
Correct.
stores pay rent.
Exactly.
So it's like the Walmart mentality, but with an entire fucking mall.
Yeah, and I didn't realize. I guess they have a huge piece of LA just on lock, like really nice malls out there that, I thought it was just Indiana. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
One of the
they're
bigger
everywhere.
ones in Vegas is theirs.
Yep.
I mean, it's,
I guess they have houses everywhere too. Like I guess they have pretty. I wonder how many golf courses he has. I wonder how many country clubs he's been kicked out of. Pebble Beach, right across the street.
So if I go to a mall, does it just say Simon on it, or is it just one of those things
You'll be able to see there's like Simon Mall.
Okay.
It'll say Simon Mall on it, and that guy's from Indiana, and it's a fucking pretty cool thing. There's a lot of very wealthy people here in Indiana, by the way.
Yeah.
I know, and it always blows my mind. Like up toward where you live, you go around the Geist Reservoir in those areas, and I'm like, how are there this many people in the Indianapolis area that make that much money? But there are.
Where the fuck does all this money come from? There's a lot of companies that are started in Indiana, and there's a lot of companies that are headquartered in Indiana because it's pretty centrally located. It's easy to kind of ship out, and I think our taxes are good.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of companies that are headquartered. So you got a lot of CEOs and presidents of companies here and shit. It's just what you don't really know because we don't do a lot of functions. I mean, I don't go to a lot of functions. I don't like them. I don't like fake talking to people that I will never talk to again, that I have nothing in common with. Oh, congrats, man. You like with tartar. I got a friend named Zito who's trying to lose 20 pounds. Can't fucking eat it, sorry. So I don't really shake a lot of the hands of these people. But then whenever you run into them at an event, like for instance, a guy that fucking started Exact Target. The guy that started Exact Target's from Indiana. And I was at a golf outing, and there was an auction after the golf outing. I had just signed my first contract. And I'm sitting in like one of the front tables, and the auction was a trip for 4 private plane VIP Saturday Night Live. Okay? Impossible tickets to get, plus a private plane. So I was ready to go. I was ready to go for this one. They're like, all right, we'll start the bidding at $10,000. I'm like, yep, I'll take that for sure. I mean, I've spent worse money. And the guy somebody behind me is like, $15,000. I'm like, really quick. I'm like, all right. I mean, $16,000. The guy's like, $20,000. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, $21,000. The guy's like, $30,000. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I look back at him. I'm like, what the fuck? And the whole room's like laughing, right? The whole room is laughing. And the person sitting at my table shows me a phone, and it's a news article on his phone from Google. Exact Target just sold for $2.8 billion or something. Like a month before that. Like this guy literally just became a billionaire at the same time I became a millionaire, and it's just a complete different ball game. And he was like, "Hey, you know what? You got it, bub. I should have ran it up though for the charity.
Yeah,
like $170,000.
Yeah, you can have it.
Just park it on it, you know." The guy's really cool though. He was like a cool dude. His name was Scott. Good guy. Now he runs a company called High Alpha here in town.
Nice.
And I think they just are venture capitalists. But it's one of those things where you never know when you're in a room with a billionaire. And especially in an auction, you got to really keep your head on a fucking swivel. Man, if I had a couple more cocktails that day, I think I would have kept going. I'm happy the person at my table was like, "That's Scott."
You're wasting your time,
I
bro.
fucking know who Scott is. Oh, $2.8 billion. Oh, hey. I hope it's a funny show, man. I hope it's a funny show. Good guy, though. He came up to me. He said, he asked me if I wanted to go with him.
Nice.
Yeah, but he picked one of the ones where I couldn't go. And I don't think he ever followed up either. So I think it was like a very friendly offer. But I think he has a McAfee jersey.
Oh, that's
good.
Yeah.
That's plus.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Billionaire, cool guy that I like.
It's incredible that there's that many people. Because whenever I would drive through, like I said, I was always in my mind. I'm like, all right, there's this many Colts, there's this many Pacers. Who's everybody else?
Right.
Like, fucking, you know what I mean?
How many doctors we got? Is there lawyers just doing it? How many crimes are being solved around here? It is that boat. I don't go on the lake much because of water. By the way, I was in water in Hawaii.
Saw that. How was it?
Good. The year's good.
Let's go.
Nice.
I did those drops. I'm about to be a fish.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm good in water, too. I still got it, by the way. It was like Ryan and Blake. It's only been like 20 years. No, it's literally been 14 years since I've been in water.
Jeez.
That's crazy
insane.
to think about.
Had to feel good, right?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But as soon as I went underwater without it, I was so scared. I was like, fuck, ruined the whole trip. Just ruined the whole trip. For those that don't know, I had a hole in my eardrum when I was in college, like 19 years old. I tried to fight a wave, and the wave fought back. It crashed on my head, and it popped my eardrum.
Big surfer injury.
Big surfer
by the way,
injury.
yeah.
And Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Navy SEALs have this problem.
Kyle?
Chris Kyle, first time he went to Buds, had to leave Buds because of the hole in his eardrum because it was so bad. So me and Chris Kyle kind of understood. I kind of understood where Chris Kyle was coming from. I read 2 pages of his book. That was on the second page, and I stopped. I was like, I love this guy. But it's a good book. I think you should read it. I read 2 pages. It was incredible. But I'm not a reader. But I burst my eardrum. Couldn't get it surgically repaired, which is an option because the season was right around the corner. You're not allowed to do any physical activity for like 4 weeks because your eardrum is so sensitive to any movement or anything like that. So you're not allowed to do any like kicking. I wasn't allowed to do anything. So I just had to deal with it. And they're like, it might cure itself too, though. Like it might. I'm like, well, I got no faith in my ear. So I lived in like stereo for fucking like a year. Like half my head couldn't hear anything. Yeah, it was a wild scene. I mean, it was a weird scene. But then one day it kind of like came back a little bit. It was like back to normal. But then so I got a little, I was like, I'm going to go fucking dive right into the water here. And then for 14 days, my ear just drained like blood. And it was just like, so I was like, okay, that's cool. We're just never going in water again. That's what we're never going to do because I will never have 4 weeks where I can't do any physical activity. Literally in my life, I will never have 4 weeks where I just can't do anything. So my entire life, and even through my adulthood, I'd go to these vacations. I would never get in the water. I would just look at it. If I got in the water, I'd have my whole palm over my ear, and I would just dunk my head, basically. And then I went to an ear doctor, and this guy gave me some of these drops. And basically, it's like these drops are just like super cure. They like kind of figure it all out, and I'm back in water again. It was nice to be back in there. I grew up in the water. I used to jump off the roof of my house into a pool. I mean, I was born in the water, and now I'm back in it, and it's a good feeling. It was but I was so scared.
I bet.
That first day I went underwater, I was like, fucking idiot, bro. Was it worth it? Just took a piss 2 seconds ago. Now you're just swimming in it.
That's a real thing, though, because like if I would have got sunburned the way I did the first day we were in the Bahamas, it would have ruined the rest of the trip.
For sure. So I went to sleep that night on my right ear. I was like, all right, let's just plan for this thing to drain out. And I woke up and there was nothing on the pillow. I was like, look at me.
He's back.
Fucking Aquaman's back.
Are you a cannonball guy or a diver?
I don't really jump in. I kind of walk in. You know what I mean?
Test the water.
No, I'm just like, hey, let's not be ridiculous here, okay? We're not a YMCA.
I'm a cannonball guy.
Of course you are. You were with the fucking kids at the I went to a resort with 4,000 kids during my break. It was great. Deserted Island was how this place was pitched to me, and every kid in America went there. It's fucking great. The fucking population of the island was 3,000 before we went there. With those kids, at least 15,000. Loud screaming. But there's an adult pool. It was like a restaurant that had back in the day that had a smoking section and a non-smoking section where there's no divider. That's what I was like. Adult pool's here, and then there's like 2 bricks, and then it's like the kid pool here. And it's like, great. Can't hear them at all. Just fucking screaming bloody murder because their uber wealthy parents have never hung out with them before. This is their first time hanging out with their parents. It was a great trip, though. I had a good time. I'm back in the water. I'm back in the game. Wouldn't get in that ocean, though. Those waves.
They look serious waves.
Sam fucking tried to get in. What a hilarious joke that was. We're sitting in the room, and we had a room that could like overlook the water. She was like, I want to go get in there. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, just watch this fucking kid right there. And there's one kid like tried to walk in, and he fucking boom, took him right off his feet. Like you saw him like pop up later, like he was just got knocked out, like fucking Ben Askren. It looked like Ben Askren. These kids look like Ben Askren. And she's like, no, it looks like if you get past that though, it's good. So I was like, all right, let's do this. So we walked down there, and I was so excited to watch this. She got into like knee deep in this massive fucking tsunami game. I mean, it was the biggest wave of the day. And it sprayed so hard off of her legs. right up to her face. It just went like right in her nose, in her fucking eyes, and then like I think her face just got blasted, and she just turned around and walked back, and she sat down and she got like a towel like on her face, and I was so excited. I was like, so. How did we like it? Was that a lot of fun? Did you get past the wave? She's like, it was fucking terrible. I don't know why I thought that. And she like yelled at me, like, you're supposed to tell me these. Like, we're a team. You're supposed to be like, no. And I was like, listen, I was very excited to watch you do that as well. I mean, I saw a little kid die. I was excited to see my fiance potentially take one. Maybe blow out your eardrum. See what I've been living with.
The ocean looks like so much fun, but it's really not.
Not at
I
all.
remember the first time I jet skied in the ocean. The spray hits you right in the fucking eyes, and salt water stings so bad. Like after 5 minutes, I'm like, I'm done.
And at any given moment, that fucking Jaws can exist.
Yeah.
That dude, there's one right now. There's one that was on the internet yesterday.
Yeah, and near like Nantucket or out there near Boston.
Yeah, and it's
massive.
Jaws.
Huge.
The Jaws.
Yeah.
Like actual fucking Jaws. Like
That's Jaws country right there.
Well, I think everywhere is, though, by the way. I think those things are starting to just move everywhere.
I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been talking about, right? Because the weather, the climate change and stuff, they're starting to move around to areas they've never been at before.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. Okay. Stick with me here with the weather change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Do you think there was a global warming monkey that yelled at all the other monkeys when fucking Pangaea split apart? This is your fucking fault. Like, do you think there was a monkey that was like, I told you guys, we need to stop fucking farting. Because imagine like Pangaea used to, like our Earth used to just be one big piece of land.
Yep.
And then it just all broke apart. It's very easy to see that when you look at a map. It's all just pieces of a puzzle. And now the world is changing again and everybody's losing their mind, right? It's global warming. We're causing this. This is a big problem. I couldn't even fathom what the animals thought whenever they were just standing there and their fucking family was just getting taken away in the Atlantic Ocean. It's like, hey, come on. They're like, I can't. It's going so fucking fast. Can't come back. Like, do you think there was any animal that was like, this is our fault? I've been trying to I've been fucking trying to tell you.
I told you you're eating too many bananas.
Yeah, I told you guys. You gotta stop eating
the banana shorties. The continents are separated.
Yeah, that's honestly.
Yeah, it was probably. I'm sure there was.
That's the state of mind I was in Hawaii. By the way. I was sitting there staring at the ocean. Some kid was screaming, and I was just like, "How'd these fucking islands happen?" I was like, "Literally, how am I sitting on this island right now? It's out in the middle of fucking nowhere. The Hawaiian islands are just out in the middle of nowhere. They're so awesome. There's so many deep Thai roots to like the natives there, and it's a spiritual thing." I'm like, how the fuck did this place get here? And then it looks like Mars. Like there's this red sand, like this red rocky thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this place? And then I started thinking about, I'm like, was this part of Pangaea, man? Like, did these three just say like, yeah, we're going by ourselves here? And am I really on some spiritual grounds? Like these things broke apart from everything? And then I was like, but wait a minute. What happened when that fucking Pangaea happened? There had to be some real hell to pay. Oh, yeah. There had to be some real confused motherfuckers. Like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
Do you think too, like, so it probably took a couple of years, hundreds of years to actually separate, right? So you had
hundreds, a couple hundred years, you think?
Million years to separate.
I don't know. Do we know that answer?
I don't know.
I assume there were fault lines there, maybe, and then they come apart.
Do we know
bit,
the answer on how fast they went, though?
I have no idea. I've never learned that in my books.
Yeah, you read a lot of them.
But like, do you think they had a decision though, like to jump to the next island?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't.
How do you?
We're talking about millions of years, guys.
Yeah,
millions.
Who told you that?
No, let's not
was
do
it the
this.
Same
Let's
book?
not do this.
Was it the
Let's
same
not.
books that told you the food pyramid was the fucking food?
Oh, that was a sham.
Because, by the way, the food pyramid, completely wrong. The smartest food people and nutritionists of their time, completely wrong for dozens of years.
Zito got the upside down food pyramid.
That's what they say it is now, though. That's what they say it is.
You're right.
They get rid of the bread.
I was right the whole time.
No, you got to get rid of the bread.
That's what it was.
Yeah. You were so close.
I kept that.
But you're saying it took millions of years for this?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's still happening. They're still moving.
No way.
The platonic plates?
Tectonic,
not platonic.
Yeah, they're very friendly plates.
Yeah, platonic plates are plates who don't have sex with each other.
No, the San Andreas was not platonic. I put out a tweet asking if this is what it is. So one side's just not happy with the other side, so deciding to split. That's what they're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what San Andreas fault is. So they're not platonic. Let's make sure.
And that's how those Hawaiian Islands popped up. Those plates bumping into each other, pushing upwards, and then volcanoes going off on top of that, and then the ash cools, and then that becomes landmass.
So what we're saying, though, is
so
the
forth.
global warming caused Pangaea?
I don't know the answer to that. No, I always thought what I was learned was that it was glaciers.
Correct.
So maybe glaciers carving up
See, but
waterways.
now glaciers are the same thing, right? And the same thing happened with glaciers. Like, is that
Essentially,
Wait, geysers or glaciers?
Glaciers.
both really.
Yellowstone, bro?
Both really.
But yeah, it's all the water in the earth.
Yeah, water made pretty much everything. It eroded the Grand Canyon.
But
and all that.
Pangaea never gets brought up whenever we're talking about global warming and the Earth changing. It's like maybe it's just time. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
it's
so
been
why
ta-
are there no scientists saying, you know what, this is just part of the evolution?
now, granted,
of the
I
planet?
do.
There
think
are scientists saying
Okay.
that, but what they're saying now is we're accelerating.
Yes,
is
okay.
there. That's
Okay,
their spin.
I am not saying that we are doing good to there.
Right, right,
I
right.
do not want that to be a misconstrued here.
Right.
But I just don't see how. I just don't see how, after all these years, that it's all of a sudden an SUV is fucking killing the Earth. Like, I don't understand how the Earth's been around for millions of years. I don't understand that. And maybe it's because I'm not educated. I mean, I dropped out of college. Maybe that's potentially why. But I understand that there is probably heating, and I understand the glacier things, and I think it's terrible. But I'm just saying, man, what happened during Pangaea? Is that something that's potentially happening? Is our Earth control itself?
And in the way that you find out years and years later, decades later, that what you learned decades before was completely wrong, like the food pyramid, you think,
Yeah.
So are like some of these green things that are going to be like 50 years from now, they'll be like, oh, that really fucked us up.
Hey,
You
that
know what I mean?
eco fuel
Yeah.
you're using,
Potentially,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. You guys
So-
were burning holes in the concrete, which was melting into the fucking Earth's core, which was setting off fucking volcanoes. Like, honestly, it's such an insane thing. Yeah. But I do think we should take care of the Earth.
Yeah, it's just like everyone's shooting their shot.
Yeah,
You're
I
trying
feel-
your best, and some of it's not going to work
know.
out. Some of it's going to
Hey,
backfire.
I feel like 20 years from now, they're going to be like, oh, the Prius caused autism. And you're like, God damn it, Toyota.
Damn you, Toyota.
The Civic was fine.
Hey, by the way, Toyota,
The-
Toyotas are made in Indiana. By the way, there's another fun fact, little callback to rich people. There's a lot of rich Toyota people here in Indiana. I was told that whenever I turned down a Toyota deal because I only drive American.
Oh, yeah.
And then they started spamming me with emails about how American they're the most American car out there, I guess. Good for Toyota. Shout out Toyota, but if they're causing autism, fuck them. But it's Bill Nye. I mean, he yelled.
But yeah, climate
Bill
change-
Nye yelled at me
Yeah.
He
on
did.
the internet. He fucking took a
did.
torch to the earth and told me to wake the fuck up. And I'm like, bro, I got a Tesla. Get off of me.
it comes and goes. I mean, there were ice ages in the past.
That's what I'm saying. though.
Right.
How come those are never brought up? in
Also,
this?
though, at this point, if it's already being accelerated, there's not a whole lot we can do to stop it. If it's already happening, like it's fucking happening.
Like, I'm all about doing nicer things. I hate paper straws.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Worst.
I've learned you got to flip them halfway, so you get both sides.
Did you see that lady fell on the metal straw and died? She stabbed herself with the metal straw.
Up her nose, like the fucking sea turtle. That's the biggest piece of irony I've ever seen in my life. Rest in peace, to that lady. I'm so sorry that happened to you,
Yeah.
but that's what's happening in sea turtles, right?
Yes,
They're saying the straws are going up their
exactly.
noses.
Right.
So I mean, it's almost
Now
like
we're
that's
endangering ourselves.
that's scripted there. I used the paper straws in Hawaii, and I felt as if I was really doing the world a favor. Like, I felt like I was doing good. But man,
They're
they're
tough.
they're gonna make us better paper.
They're tough.
They're gonna make better paper. I think they're cheaping out on the paper. Like, I think they're cheaping out on the bend halfway through my fucking smoothie. Come on, guys.
One
Can
ply.
we at least make it out of some nice like card stock or something?
It is one ply toilet paper fucking straws. That's exactly
Can
what it
we
is.
make like turtle masks and give them to all the turtles?
Oh, where it blocks stuff.
You know what? I don't hate this.
This is a good idea.
I feel like that.
Who's buying them though? Are we selling them to the
Well, it's the
government?
same as like using the paper straws. I can imagine that costs a
Take
lot
that
of
money.
No, people are buying the paper straws though. Like, the restaurants that are using them are buying. There's a business there. So if we make, are the turtles paying us for the masks, or who's paying? For
I think
them?
it's more of a Zito vigilante operation where he goes and just outfits the turtles himself.
Hey, don't worry, I got you guys out
We
here.
just got a bunch of Ninja Turtles going around.
We'll figure out the world's problems here one day. Yeah. But I thought about Pangaea a lot out there in Hawaii. Thought about Pangaea.
It is wild.
And I was like, how come Bill Nye never talks about Pangaea? Like, how come he never talks about what happened to Pangaea?
Imagine all the sea animals getting like new real estate.
Bro, so much
They just-
more.
It opened up and they're like, dude,
Hey, new tunnels. Yeah, it's fucking cold up here. Huh? Let's go back down yonder. That would be awesome. But the flooding, I mean, everything's happening. It's obvious that climate change is happening. Very obvious that climate change is happening.
No doubt.
Very, very, very obvious. And I'm assuming humans are to blame for it. But I would also think the Earth is probably to blame for it.
I think the sun too, right?
Might as well.
Yeah, fuck the sun.
Yeah. You know, the sun does play a part.
That's what I thought.
By the way, Zach Brown
Hates the sun.
There's a fire in the sky. Great way to describe the sun.
Yeah.
There's fire in the sky. By the way, that fucker shows up at like 5:30 a.m. in Hawaii. Just fucking
That'd be tough.
Ready to go. Yeah, but it's 9:30 a.m. or actually 11:30 a.m. our time.
I never knew they had their own time zone.
Hawaii does?
Yeah, it's called Hawaiian time
Were
zone.
you on Indiana time the entire time you were there? Like
Oh,
your
yeah.
body?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you woke up
Bro,
well rested?
me and Sam were hiking at 6 a.m. I felt like Mark Wahlberg in The Rock. I was like, look at us, Sam, fucking hiking at 6 a.m. By 9 a.m., we had already worked out, hiked, had breakfast, and were ready to lay out. We were like the most...
That is clutch for vacation, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
Sure.
Coming back, though, was quite an issue.
I can imagine.
Quite an issue, because it's the
Been
complete
there.
opposite. Yeah, jet lag, Zeke. Those pods, though, man, they're very pricey. I enjoy those a lot. Like, I'd almost prefer flying to Hawaii than flying like to Arizona.
On that flight, you have to have that, right?
Have to. There's somebody in the back there. I don't know how they did it. It's like our flight to Japan. Anthony Costanzo refused to pay the fee to upgrade to the pod. He's 6'14". He's in the fucking back. I'm like, Costanzo, bad decision here, bub. On the way home, he got the pod, but on the way over there, he's...
Are they just first class?
Yeah.
See, I think like whole plane should be outfitted like that.
I think there are certain planes. Like, people have Virgin.
Yeah, that's how it should be. If you're taking a flight anything longer than like 4 or 5 hours, I feel like a lot of people would want to sleep on that.
Hawaii was 8 hours.
Yeah.
7 and 8 hours.
That's as long as it takes to fucking fly to Paris.
Yeah, if you go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
That's
I mean, like,
watching
that's
The Lord of the
absurd.
Rings.
But by the way, I would rather do that than a 3.5 hour trip on Southwest to Vegas.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that fucking trip, you're just miserable sitting. Well, home from Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
To Vegas.
Yeah,
You're
you're
just
excited.
mindset.
Yeah,
I'm about to ruin my life.
Yeah.
What's in the pod?
What's that?
What's in the pod?
You got a TV. They have these noise cancel because I had the entire McAllister family on the way out there. the entire McAllister family was in the first class. They bought every other ticket other than me and Sam. I don't know how rich these people were, but they flew 45 kids in first class in the pod.
Those are all the kids in the fucking thing.
It was all the kids in fucking Lanai probably, but there was this one baby that they were like almost, it felt like they were poking the baby to cry. Like the other kids were like, and it was right behind me. And I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? And they give you these Bose headphones and it was noise canceling completely. Plug it in, you got all these TVs. I saw the dude, the Big Lebowski. I watched
nice.
the Big Lebowski.
Oh,
You watched The Big Lebowski.
I watched the Big Lebowski.
That's mind blowing to me.
The first 40 minutes.
I'm impressed you got that far.
I fell asleep though.
Yeah, it's a slow roller.
There's a sequel coming out on the Jesus.
It reminded me
Yeah,
of that
spin-off.
whenever you tweeted it, I was like, oh fuck, I gotta tell Nick. I watched that.
I'm impressed. What'd you think?
Yeah.
It's in fairness, it's a movie you have to watch multiple times.
Do you-
You pick up on the little things.
Do you agree that John Goodman was the best thing in that movie? His
Yes.
character.
He was angry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept yelling at Donnie the whole time.
Yeah,
Like
he was
to me,
angry. He brought
the
out a
best
gun at the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking roll on Shabbos.
Yeah, he was good. I enjoyed the whole thought of it, you know?
Yeah.
He was the dude, you know? It's quite a stance quite a hill to die on, by the way. Like, that's not my name. My name is the dude. You know what I mean? He was pretty pissed off. And I was like, all right, I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's your thing.
Well, Duder or Duderino.
I respect it. I'm going to finish it, though. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I didn't fully understand why everybody...
Again, it's one of those things where upon multiple viewings, you start to notice, pick up on little things.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that makes
really?
sense. Oh, I get it now.
And I didn't finish it.
And
So
where
yeah.
you stopped, it really takes off after that. There's a lot of action from that point on.
if it means anything, my pod did watch the entire movie.
That's awesome, though. That was something I never thought you would even think about watching.
It was there. There was a lot of the options.
Limited.
They got like their own Netflix selection there, you know? And I'd seen a lot of the good stuff that was on there. And then that popped up and I was like, it's in the classic section. And I was like, here we go. Mighty Ducks was on there. Oh. That got turned on for a little bit. Yeah, then I went to bed. It was like I'd pass out and I'd wake up. And
Yeah.
I'd turn something on and I'd pass out and I'd wake up. That's why I loved it. I loved the flight to Hawaii and back. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. You're just in your own little world there. Got full internet. Like, this is not bad at
I
all.
should do that easy.
Oh.
You can knock out 3 movies, whatever.
I watched The Sopranos on the way back from, or not Sopranos, the Godfather series.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
On the way back from Japan. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Never in my life would I ever do that ever.
Yeah, those are long movies.
Yeah, long ones.
Those are long movies.
Good news. Long flight.
Yeah.
Long one. And the pod is like 6 foot long and it's like 3 feet wide. And it's just like you got your own little world in there. They bring you food. It's awesome. It's so expensive, but it's fucking worth it.
Would you rather like 3 long movies or 8 like short movies in like that time period?
Well, you never see a guy in an office with 45 fish. You know what I mean? You see one big fish.
That's very true.
Good point.
It depends. I mean, I saw I, Tonya the last time I went, right? I watched I, Tonya, and then is that the movie, I, Tonya?
Yeah. I like that.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
It was like a mockumentary type thing. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie.
I love that movie.
I did. I loved it.
I thought it was a good movie.
It really was. I thought everybody that I played in that played their role perfectly.
The mom,
Yeah.
hilarious.
And then the hitman, the guy that hit
oh, yeah.
Jeff Galooly.
Yeah. Oh, God, that guy.
Spoiler, by the way, Tonya, not as terrible as a person as you would think.
Yeah.
I think the movie was supposed to do that, but I mean, Nancy, what's her face? Kerrigan probably didn't love that movie, but I mean, the mom, terrible. Tanya's mom's terrible.
It makes sense though. A lot, and I'm not saying this is the case with all of them, but a lot of those ice skating moms, and the ones, the sports where you come up and do nothing but do that your entire life.
Dance
a lot of
moms.
them, man, are not
Gymnastics. We learned that with Larry Nasser.
Evan. Hey, don't associate me with that.
Michigan State.
You're still paying them.
Patient zero, dude.
And on that note, this show is coming to a close.
Wait, did you hear about Toy Story being big fans of ours?
Who?
Toy Story, the movie, the last movie that just came out.
Really?
A lot of RV awning jokes.
No way.
Yeah.
I feel like we're really steering the ship for a lot of people. And I think it's at some point we're going to get credit for it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kim Jong-un, we basically launched him into superstardom.
For sure.
Nobody was talking about him until we started talking about him.
Yeah.
Fucking Sleeping Joe, Mexico Joe.
What do you think he's doing?
Sleeping.
Sleeping
in.
Sleeping in. We drive the conversation about that. Now we got an awning thing and the biggest movie of the year, probably. Toy Story's going to be the biggest movie of the year, right? Everybody loves it.
Lion King. I think Lion King comes out in a couple weeks here.
Avengers, guys, come on.
Spider-Man.
I guess the end of Avengers 2 Super Bowl week.
Yeah,
I
that
basically
too.
wrote the movie for him. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, there was another superhero movie I watched. Oh, Spider-Man. We talked about that. I watched Spider-Man. Not the newest one, the last one. Maybe I'll check out the newest one.
That guy, I'm coming around on that guy.
Tom?
Yeah, coming around on
That's
him.
my guy, Tommy.
I didn't like him at first, but
He's got an 8-pack. He looks like he's 12.
Who's a gymnast?
Yeah, incredible athlete, actually.
Really? He's a gymnast and now he's an actor? That's a good move. There's gymnasts, American Ninja Warrior.
Yep.
They can go into wrestling. They can go into acting. But you just got to have a terrible childhood.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? I mean, it's terrible. I watched the documentary. It's not good. But they're incredible athletes.
yeah, they are.
Like fucking Ricochet in WWE, NXT.
Electric.
He's in WWE right now. Bro.
Yeah.
I can watch that dude just stand there and do flips all day. It's like, hey, Cirque du Soleil guy. You're fucking incredible, man. Cirque du Soleil, by the way, there's another option for him.
Yeah, there's all. I mean, there's so many things. Basically, Tom Cruise was that way until he got started because he was basically a gymnast, and he got a movie role, didn't doing his own stunts with all these flips and shit.
Can we talk about the Biebs doing that fucking inside leg kick on that bottle cap? Flicking his hat at it, too? What a move.
It was nice.
He needs to give the Tom Cruise stuff a rest.
I don't think so after that kick, that
Tom might be
inside
in
kick.
trouble.
I watched Mission Impossible again last night.
You had doubts though.
Cruise will rip his fucking limbs off.
I don't know. That kick was very impressive. I was super impressed by that. I was like, good for Biebs,
It was a
dude.
good kick.
I mean, what's he do? Just sit on his money now and just fucking chill.
Yeah, I assume
Seems
so.
like it.
Good for him. Him and Scooter Braun pissing everybody off.
Yeah.
T Swift is not happy.
No.
She's number 1 on the Forbes celebrity list too last year, and she's pissed off at Scooter Braun. It's like, hey, T Swift, not coming off optically great here. I can see why you're pissed. But maybe not a public battle here. You know what I mean? Let's just take this behind closed doors. I don't want any Taylor Swift fans coming after me for that.
Oh.
Her new song's great.
Just shake it off.
That a baby Z.
That boy Z.
Z.
Anytime.
Look at you with a reference.
I'm a big T Swift guy, actually.
She makes bangers.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Biebs. They make bangers. Is there anybody else out there that just makes bangers on a regular basis?
Posty.
The Fray.
Post Malone?
Yeah.
How to save
Imagine
a life.
Dragons. Imagine Dragons, the
Drake.
Fray.
Have the Fray radio on my
Come on.
Pandora list. Sometimes I get
Well, that
into
genre,
it.
though, that genre, there's probably like what? Five Creed, Nickelback, Fray.
Yeah.
They're probably all in there.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
know.
just wait for Marty to come home from a surgery and then put on How to Save a Life?
Where did I go?
I've said this before. I've crafted my Pandora stations into very good stations. My Kenny Chesney station, it's all I played at Hawaii. It was, by the way, people that were around us, I could tell that people were turning their music off. By the way, and letting my speaker just ring.
There you go.
Because my Kenny Chesney.
That's a good feeling.
Well, you have to put in work on there. You have to thumbs down the shit that you don't like. Hey, Kenny, I don't need your negative shit right now. Okay, I'm on the beach right now. And then if another negative song comes on, you just got to get rid of it as quick as possible. Because I think the quicker you do it too, the algorithm.
They know.
Hey, he does not want to fuck around with this.
I've been doing that for my Netflix recently.
Really?
Yeah, so I never really realized it. But if you're like searching through it, there's a thumbs up, thumbs down in the panels.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So yeah, so like the next couple days, I've noticed I have like better flicks on there.
So Netflix is getting rid of Friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and The Office and all that.
Yeah.
Netflix is going to get stripped to the bone here in like a year and a half.
Because every company, every network is just going to have their own streaming service.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody wants to have their own streaming
Yes.
service.
And AT&T owns like fucking 90% of the content, so that is going to be like the new streaming
Time
service.
Warner?
Yeah, it's going to be called HBO Max. I saw.
Netflix is
HBO is going to be in the name of it?
Yeah, HBO Max. It's launching in like 2020, and it's got everything on HBO, which I don't know what that means for like HBO Go and their properties, but then it's got like the entire Warner Brothers catalog of movies and shit. There's going to be a bunch of stuff on there.
Jesus.
Netflix is moving international.
Yep.
So they're really going for that market.
And
now,
they're
'cause
trying to
I think
just
it's because of all this.
Create all their own content.
Yeah, that
their
original
original
series.
series.
So can HBO Max be like a great like their own content, like we were saying?
Yeah, I'd assume.
They've
Just
already
like Hulu,
Yeah, they've already
Amazon.
confirmed. They got like 8-9 shows / movies.
HBO's
There's
gonna
another one called
crush.
Quibi coming out. I only know that because we were asked if we wanted to do a show with them.
Yep.
Quibi.
It was a trout. We don't. The show they're offering us up for it, I guess. It sounds like the perfect show for me and Foxy, to be honest with you. It's about two guys traveling,
Nice.
and they film you traveling, and you flip a coin, and you either live the high life in the city or the low life in the city.
Oh boy.
But
This guy can't slum it.
well, that's the thing. One person lives the high life, one person lives the low life. And I was like,
You
I'm
guys
not-
already do that.
Yeah, every time you
every time.
Give me that penthouse.
I was like, I'm not fucking doing it. They're like, well, we're going to pitch you for it. It's better to say no to something than to not be offered at all. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do it. I just want to let you know I'm not going to do it. But it's like a month long. You go to 10 different places. It sounds awesome. But every human we've talked to that has had a travel show, they hate it.
Yeah.
Remember? Bert Kreischer was like,
Because
Yeah.
the schedule's just crazy.
yeah, they're like they don't like it, and if I have to slum it in these, which will happen, by the way, Foxy
yeah.
will get the fucking Larry Nassar treatment everywhere, and I will be slumming. I'm like, maybe you get me when I'm 18. I'll go do this thing. But like, it's a new streaming service, though, digital. They have a lot of money, I guess. They're making a lot of stuff. Wow. This is how they pitch it to me. Like Justin Timberlake's doing stuff with them. Blah blah blah. Be a good thing for you to get in with. I'm like, okay, I'll go to fucking Bangladesh and live on the street for fucking 4 days. Get out of here. I'm not doing that. Well, let them pitch you first. They're not going to pitch me because they're going to listen to my podcast where I'm going to saw it down. Like right now, Klein and Coonan are listening to this, just like, God damn it, Pat, could you not edit that out at least? We don't know how much money they're going to offer you to do. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think there's enough.
I mean, I wouldn't mind living like a prince in Bangladesh for a little bit.
Yeah, I bet you would.
But the alternative, probably not great.
I'm probably not coming back.
And it's a month, and it's a pretty long schedule too. It's like, I don't know. I like my bed. I like traveling, but I like my bed at the end of the day.
You're not
too.
relaxing at all during that. It's
No.
literally just go, go, go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, so I'm out on that. Hey, Justin Timberlake, you can take that one, bro. Look at me. Look how nice of a guy I am. Just giving Timberlake stuff. He doesn't have enough. Doesn't he own MySpace?
Yeah, he did buy it, I think.
You know what's cooler than being a millionaire? Being a billionaire. Justin Timberlake said that.
3 Comma Club.
Hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame. If you were a billionaire, what would you buy? For myself, Todd, Nick, Zito, Ty, and Foxy, have an incredible Thursday night. Huge thanks to Kirk Herbstreit. And also, shout out to us for figuring out the world's problems.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That is what we do.
We do. That's what we're here for. I feel it.
Yeah, because some people are sent to Earth to do different things.
Yeah.
Elon Musk was sent to Earth to take advantage of all his planet's technologies and make incredible money off of it.
Yep.
Which he has done.
Yep. It's probably real dumb where he's from, too. You know what I mean? Smartest guy here.
Oh, yeah.
Big fish. Small
I'm going
pond.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my little rocket ship and go home. Elon. It would be hard not to just fucking stay here, though. If I'm the dumbest guy on my planet, but the smartest guy on this planet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Made.
They say not to surround yourself with dumb people, though you never get better. But
He's looking pretty good.
as Zito sits
Right
right
on
to my
cue.
right. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.